and tortured for information, prodded and probed by the Envy Horde to reveal the secrets of the Tumulti and secure their position as the ultimate species. Will they survive? Will the joining of two new heroes help them overthrow vicious Envy overlords? Will their heroics save the planet? Find out on the epic conclusion to Absolute. Hello, and welcome. That's not what I wanted. YouTube's playing. Probably hear an echo. This boomer crap. Get that out of here. Nobody wants that. Hello, welcome. Unhinged Entertainment. I am Jason Bascom, comic rookie, artist extraordinaire, blind man showing up at your doorstep. Welcome, Lola. First to comment. Lola bringing the heat, bringing the AAT. We love that around here. We are followers of the Friga, and the firm belief, the holy belief of the AAT, the holy trinity of AAT. Welcome, Hockey, my good friend Hockey. Yeah. You did, but Lola got away with it. She got away with it for a bit. But thank you, Hockey. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. You're down here, not up here. Up here is a different camera. Everyone, go sub to Hockey. He has a great channel. I had fun on there, and hopefully to be back on there someday soon. Luke, I'd like to have Luke on there. It'd be fun. Little drawing challenge. Yo, Wookie, what's going on? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah. Welcome, and welcome, Mr. Paul Acevedo, my friend. My good friend Paul Acevedo. Thank you for always hitting me up and asking me how I'm doing. I appreciate that. You know, we appreciate you here at Unhinged Entertainment. Off work today for a little bit. I mean, I took the morning off. Had a doctor visits and just general stuff. Everything went well. And so I was supposed to have another thing going on in the afternoon, but they rescheduled it, and so I took the rest of the day off though. So I figured, why not take the rest of the day off? You know, I deserve a break. Although it was my last paid vacation day. Yeah, you're welcome, Hockey. Time. Yeah, you're very welcome. We appreciate you here, sir. So yeah, I figured to do a little live stream. Saw the drinker. Didn't set one up. Watch, he just launched one. I'd laugh. I would think that's funny. Everybody, Absolute Book 2. Let's talk about that for a second. Well, see, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to move this over here. This is what I was trying to do, and it kept moving another thing. It kept moving YouTube for some strange reason. So we're going to do this. All right, share screens. See, I didn't have this set up ahead of time. I wasn't thinking. Tap, boop, boop. There we go. Absolute Book 2, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Back it once, back it twice. As Wise Guy says, back it 3 times a lady. We're doing very well. We picked up a backer. Thank you very much to that individual. I appreciate that. Looks like did we pick up 1 or 2? 201. So we did pick up a backer. Busted out of that 200. And into the 201s. Technically 200, but yes, you break out of it once you hit 201. So thank you very much. That's awesome. Appreciate that. So everybody, go check this out. It's a story about a man who gets thrust into a war he didn't ask for. Aliens overthrew the planet a long time ago, and through experimentation, nuclear fallout, and breeding, people have developed mutations, superpowers, or just freakish looks and he has the powers to manipulate the molecules around him. He can shoot energy blasts. He can just do almost what he wants to a certain extent with those molecules. You have the samurai priest, who's a companion. He can harness the energy of the earth around him, focus his chi. He can live off of that. He can increase his strength, his bulk, so he can feed off of that for days. You have the young lady there. Her name is Tabby, and she's a shapeshifter, but she likes puppies, so to speak. So she is not a werewolf. She can turn into other things. In this book, she just happens to turn into a wolf. It's not a CG wolf book. So yeah, and then you have Danny, the second protagonist, and she is out to overthrow the aliens, the Envy, and take back the planet from their rule. And she can use spells with components and stuff like that, much like D&D. But she needs spell components and stuff to harness her magic. So, and then you have Ratam. He's a seer, and he's also like a monk, priest in a way, and he kind of shoots energy blasts too, but it's more magic. More than harnessing molecules, it's pure magic. He doesn't need spell components. He can just do it. So he's just that powerful. And this is the conclusion to the story arc of whether or not these group of ragtag heroes can overthrow the alien rule and take the planet back. So back at today, it's a fun adventure. Great artwork. I'm having a blast working on it. I am on page 39 right now out of, it's going to be 46. It's looking like I'm going to hit that 46 mark because page 39 is another setup scene. And then after that, all out war. So it's going to be battles. It's going to be, fights. So it's either going to be 46, maybe 48, possibly 50, but it's looking like it's hitting that 46 mark just fine. So there is traditional art for sale as well as original digital originals, one-off prints. And you get everything in the book when you pretty much back those tiers. We are sold out a couple of the tiers. This the sketch cards, the original covers, and do believe also the cards that my guest artist did, Dan Plegel, Luke Alietta, Death Metal Hero, and Christopher John. So yeah, and everybody gets the Frog G trading card and the Nefarious trading card as well. So back that, and we also hit the stretch goals. Everybody gets the Old Man trading card. You get stickers, probably 4, and you also get something else. I forgot what it was. The window cling, the Envy window cling, which is fun. So yeah, there's other tiers in here as well. So go check it out. Back Absolute Book 2 today. Back Book 2 today. Why? I don't understand why this hasn't. I mean, you got the one, and I love you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And it looks like we have a guest. Let's put on the headphones and see who it is. Let's see if we can't hear him. Can we hear him? Then we'll address the chat once again. Looks like we got a couple newcomers in the chat. Let's remove that, and let's bring this lovely individual in. Hello, hello. What's going on, Chubb?
Hail, Jason. Hail, chat.
Yeah, hail the chat. Merry boys. That's a coincidence. I just happened to be wearing this shirt today.
That's awesome.
Dude, I'm serious. This is my favorite CG shirt. I love the graphic design and the punk aspect of it. I'm a metalhead, so it fits right into my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. Despite the hip hop track I've got in my campaign, I'm full on metal punk.
Yeah, I remember you talking about a lot of the punk stuff and the influences and stuff, and that's just fantastic. And I remember that Black Sabbath piece that you did way back from EVS's auction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that up. So yeah, that was awesome, man. How are you doing today?
I just finished work. I've been preparing for some stuff later on this week. Hey, 24 Eyes. How you doing?
Welcome. Welcome, 24 Eyes.
Doing a show a few days ago. Cool, dude.
Yeah. You were on his channel?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I was on there too.
Sure, I dig it.
Yeah. Welcome, Skip Edwards. Appreciate you coming by, sir. Yeah. So were you finishing up pages or like your regular job?
Not a regular job.
Yeah, you got the grind, unfortunately. Yeah. Hail Oliver, my friend.
Yeah, not a comic book superstar just yet.
You're getting there, buddy. Well, you'll get there, man. I mean, and that's the goal, though. Like, ultimately, just to not like obviously people want the EBS numbers, but sustainability is the goal. To live off of this.
That's the thing. People want those numbers without the 27 years of working in the industry.
Exactly.
You need something. Even I was thinking like everybody's thinking about the logical next step. Where fine, you've crowdfunded your comics. You still only have a very small group of people, very good people who paid hand over fist for your product.
Right.
only a small group of people have actually read your stuff.
Right.
You need to increase your catchment area. And the thing is, the crowdfunding model, it doesn't really get towards getting, spreading out. It's more
Right.
geared towards the guys who are really well known. They really have some sort of name. Like, hey, I want to set out on my own. I want to do my own thing. Then you can become top of that, that higher echelon of creator, who can really nail this stuff. Whereas guys like me, I've just rocked up going, hey, what's up? I'm like a nobody. I've done well for a nobody, but so it's like that's the next logical step. How do you get more eyes onto your project? And of course, everybody says grab an all,
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the Malin started it. Want to say hey to Fade and Leg Kick, our good friend Leg Kick as well. But yeah, and I know 24 Eyes does. He goes over it. He'll have suggestions like maybe how to reach outside of this bubble that we're in, and they're good suggestions. A lot of it comes down to mainly money and time. So it's like you need, those are big factors. And if you're like you said, little guys like us, underground guys, where we don't have that outreach, like even you could go to local comic shops, you can go to conventions, yeah, but that only goes so far at the same time. And conventions are dead right now. So, well, almost. They're coming back slowly, but
I think I've been to 2 conventions in my life, right? And both times it's been this, comics have been this, it's a little comic ghetto, a little comic passage, and the rest of it is just completely dominated by Star Wars and
yeah.
movies and games.
Well, it's not like it used to be. Like way back, in the comic heyday, obviously, it was Artist Alley was the thing. Everybody would want to hit up Artist Alley and get their favorite artists, sign their books and meet them. Now everybody just wants to go meet the actors that are there, or the directors, or the cosplay contest, and all that's great. Don't get me wrong, it's wonderful, but it's almost like the main material got pushed to the wayside, and everybody's just now focusing on like the outer part of it.
Everybody's lining up to see the Star Wars Z-listers of this guy who played an Ewok.
Yeah.
And the best comic book I've ever seen is standing there lonely at his table, thinking, "What the hell am I doing here?"
Yeah, like I done before COVID hit. I did a couple local shows, and they were nice. And that's the thing though. The local ones are kind of the better ones, mainly because they focus more on comic books. Like because they can't get Jason Momoa. But they can get local artists and maybe even like one big star, one if they pay for their airfare and hotel room. But like the local like mini comic cons are kind of where it's at almost. The big ones focus way too much on the outer. If those come back, I think we have a better chance then of reaching out. The only negative comes in is whenever people like people be like, oh, you're CG, like they find out your Comicsgate, they have that yeah, exactly, like, oh, cooties. So it's like, no man, don't run from me, I swear I'm a nice guy. But yeah, the misnomer is there. And also it's not like it wasn't even back in the day when it started out anyway. There's so many different definitions now, even between people who join. So
to be honest with you, whenever I've met somebody in person who said, oh, you're Comicsgate, and they go like, I agree with you, mate.
Yeah.
No, it's in fact, I think it's probably more of a boon than anything else.
Well,
I couldn't give a toss of people.
I couldn't either. Well, the thing is, I meet plenty of people who don't even know about Comicsgate.
Yeah,
but they have the same ideas. So in a way, they're thinking that way, but they don't even know what Comicsgate is. So really, that's just the mindset of a certain sect of people. It's really all it is. But
it's like this. It's yeah, I know, but the thing is, it's spreading all the time with bigger creators. Going over the line. Who was? It was obviously Dale Keown quite recently, and who was the rise of the guy who did Fables?
Open Doors. Oh yeah.
What's his name again? John Hiddleston. Is it?
I think so. I'm not 100% on that. Luke would know. If Luke was here, Luke Elliott, he'd know.
He's a big name, and I'm like, yeah, okay. The thing is, the more it happens, people will go like, okay, there's not. It's organized. I'm not alone in not liking where this is going.
Right.
Eventually, it's not dying. It's the opposite. It's
well, that's the thing. People might think like comics are dying in a way. Mainstream is, but they're kind of jumping off into what crowdfunding is, and it's a huge movement. So in a way, it's thriving and growing.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like it's shifted, is what it is. I think
Indie comics.
indie comics is where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of us are. Like CG, not CG, even like people that don't crowdfund that just put their stuff out. The underground scene is where it's at. The indie scene is where it's at. And there's great stories and great artists out there. Like if I never like if none of this ever happened, like if the world didn't get shut down, I mean, I never would have seen your artwork really because I saw it on YouTube. So and it just goes, and you're an underground artist. You're not like huge, but you should be, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion. I mean, it's just, but yours is also a different flair and style. And I've noticed that too with mine. It's a different flair and style. And sometimes people have a hard time grasping onto that at first. Once they see it and read it, they're like, okay, I get it now, you know?
It's true. It's true. It's absolutely true. But I mean, I think it's already happening to a degree where, you know, because recently I had a guy do an article on my crowdfunder who definitely is not CG. He's definitely Guardian reading, left wing, you know, but, you know, like a mainstay in the British comic book industry. As such as it is, I sent him a copy of the first Merry Boys comic, just said, hey, well, check this out. And he was already doing like a write up of because he saw the crowdfund of the second one was coming up, and he said it was really like, you know, and I popped him an email saying, hey, well, this is, you know, this is the next crowdfund, and he was already done with the article, you know, he was praising it going, and he says, you know what? You know, I read the comic, and like I see you've got Comicsgate and everything in your bio and Twitter and whatever, but the comic is really good, and I didn't see all that much hate in there at all. I'm like,
I'm so shocked.
Yeah,
they were wearing white hoods with, you know, holes in their eyes and like, you know, weird symbols. Yeah,
that's our next merchandising push.
White sheets with holes cut out of it. Everybody, get one today.
That flare, that burn and spontaneously combust.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah. Oh, later hockey, man. It's good. Just thank you for stopping by. I like hockey. You ever met Hockey?
No.
Oh, he's great, dude. If you ever, he has a show on Tuesday nights. He does a thing where it's at 8 p.m. Eastern. He does a thing though where he rolls the dice. So you draw. And whatever, I think, like a character from your book, he'll roll dice, and whatever it lands on, like if it lands on a 2 or whatever, you draw like with your opposite hand. If it lands on a 6, you flip it upside down, and you have to like, or you draw like 2 lines, have to incorporate that into the art. So he rolls dice, and whatever you do, you have to incorporate. Like one of them is bananas, draw bananas. It's great. It's so much fun, dude. It's like an hour, but you know it takes a little bit longer after rolling the dice. But it's so much fun, man. If you can. Look for him on Twitter. I think it's easier to find him on Twitter and find him through there. But his YouTube channel is like Art Hockey or something like that. But
he's hockey.
Yeah, I thought there's a mod in the chat. Drop it or something. But it's so much fun, dude. It's a great time, and dude. Those are the kind of streams I love. That's why I love Friga June and Fragtober, because and like what I try to do, like with topic lists and stuff. I want people to draw and create and have a good time. I kind of take after the Friga moniker of just embracing creativity.
Yeah.
So
he's an absolute juggernaut of creativity, Friga.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He can do everything. He's like Mark Marinelli. He raps, he draws, he does videos, he does everything. Just
and he also does them well, though. That's the thing. It's not like he's just like I could kind of do these things. He does them. He does a great job. So to me, that's shows you what you can do with total dedication once you focus on something and learn it to its core. You can then move on to something else. You're not, I mean, obviously you don't master it, but you get so good at it that you can then incorporate that into the next thing that you do. And
out on a whim.
Yeah, like I can't rap or sing, but you know, I've learned digital and traditional pretty well, and I think you know doing that you can integrate it in certain ways, and you can have more fun. And I tell everybody, learn traditional first if you're gonna start off, because you can incorporate traditional into digital a lot easier than the other way around, I think. Mm-hmm. Because with digital, you're so used to just fixing things real quick, like just adding a layer and going to town. But with traditional, you got to wait. You got to take your time. You got to think. You know, there's a little more of a process.
And there's a gravity to traditional that you don't get. You know, it's not as disposable. What you do, you've got to live with or roll with, and you know, absorb. And that it's And I started out with digital actually, and after a while, I made the switch, and now it's hard to go back. I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, like I forgot what I was gonna say. No, that's the thing. Like I have a thing on. I used to do a thing. Once Absolute wraps up, I'm gonna bring it back. It's called Test Your Might, where you get a half hour. You draw whatever you want, but you only have a half hour to finish it.
Uh,
So yeah, so you're crunched for time. So if you make a mistake, you kind of have to live with it, and you or incorporate it into the artwork. And like to me, that just hones your skills. If you just hammer away a little bit at a time, like a lot, you get so used to just fixing mistakes or not making them.
mhm.
So and also you're just it's free flow art. So there's no subject. Now some people ask the chat, hey, what should I draw? Or some people just like I'm gonna draw Spider-Man, screw it. But I try to encourage people draw something off the wall that you didn't even think of. And I think it's just a lot of fun, and you have a half hour, so you really gotta crunch it and work at it.
I was thinking. Oh, I thought about
What up,
this a while
Johnny?
ago. But what about you get your 24-hour comics challenges where you have to produce one comic book in 24 48 hours.
Right.
Imagine streaming 48 hours with everybody, and everybody's in on that stream, and it's a global, and you can do it across time frames. Over time zones, and
Right.
produce a comic
Well,
book like that. That could be a good experiment.
welcome, Corey Barton. We got a Barton brother in the chat. Welcome,
Oh,
sir. We got
yeah.
the good one. Yeah. I love them both. They're great guys. Actually, and hey, Pale Rider, what's going on, man? And Johnny Cage was in there too. I don't know if you know or remember Rot 10 Glory.
Yes. What happened to him?
Nobody knows.
He just disappeared.
Did he
Yeah.
totally? Then I think he might have just been done with like the drama of CG and just called it quits, or like all the
I
crap that
hope
was
it's
going on
that.
at the time.
I
I
hope
think
it's
that's what it
that,
is.
and not something worse.
I I think that's what it is. But he did do a 24-hour comic, and it's something similar to what you're saying, because he had time sets, like from 1 to 2 in the morning, I'll draw. From 2 to 3, you're up or whatever in the morning. You're up. Obviously, it's later time zone. You would draw. Like he set a time zone, and there was no script for it, no dialogue. So each artist just made up the next page as they went. So it was a fun little thing, man. And his channel's still up. You could always go check it out. Uh,
He
but
asked me to be part of it, but I couldn't because of the time. I
oh,
was working and everything at the same
dude, that
time.
would
So
have
it was
been
either.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I met Passion for Drawing on Rotten's channel. I met Ink Spots, I think, on there, or was it? I think I might have met him on Vinny's channel. But I know I met Matt Barr on Vinny's. Dude, I met a lot of amazingly talented artists that I think I'm not in par with. So I'm just one of those people. I don't always love what I do. So yeah, but first draw, first draw, babes.
There's something to that. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I need to draw more babes too.
I need to work on them. I can draw them fine, but it takes me a while to get them right where I want them before I can start fine tuning it. Like I'm.
Ugly is much easier to draw than pretty. That's just a fact.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, to me the hardest thing I did is pretty much I don't know. Well, everybody challenged me in high school. They were like, like young babies or babies are tougher to draw. I'm like, no, they're not. So I drew the picture of a baby and I drew it just fine. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. To me, like, I think getting an older woman maybe to look more elegant would be harder than drawing a beautiful woman. I don't know. It's just everybody has their thing though. But
with babies, you just draw Winston Churchill.
It's true. That's good, man. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I met a lot of great talent so far, and I'm hoping to meet more. This is just a wild dream, and like if you told young me I'd be hanging out with these people like this, and especially like people like Friga, and you get like people like the Bartons that love my stuff, and they're amazing talent. I mean, I'd be like I'm used to my friends and my family liking my stuff, So it's very humbling and flattering. But yeah, so I was
Yeah, no, definitely. I just wish I was in a different time zone.
oh, dude, that would be great. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. There's a guy named Entertainment Madness, Maxworks, and he's a great artist, fantastic artist. He's actually doing a trading card for my secret perk, but he lives in Germany. So our time zones are completely
Ah,
off the wall. And like when I stream, obviously he can't join in, and also he's got a new job, so things are tight. So I've hardly heard from the dude. I think I heard from him like a week or two ago on in a chat, and like we kind of were talking. I was live and talking to him. He was responding to chat.
Oop, I'm alone. He's frozen up.
Am I frozen?
Um,
I'm not frozen on my end. Really?
How do I detain you guys? Jason, come back.
No, I'm here. No. I'm not frozen. No.
Alone. Well, it's refreshing because normally I'm the one. I'm the one with the shit.
This is weird.
Yeah,
I can hear you fine. Nothing.
You're there.
I'm there now.
Yeah.
That was weird. I could hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Like you were totally good. My end, I was totally good. I wasn't frozen. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Am I back now? We're good?
Yeah. You were Han Solo'd there for a while. but you're fine now.
Oh, dude, just be like me and just start rambling about a movie. You'll do fine.
What King Toad is saying, Jason's fine. Chubb froze.
Oh, you froze? I froze. You didn't freeze on my end, though. I don't know what's going on, man.
It's weird.
Jason's fine, Chubb froze. But you were fine on my end, which is really weird.
Hey, well.
We're fine now, though. We're good. We're fine. Everything's good.
Exactly. Yeah, everybody's rocking up. It's cool.
Yeah. We're good now. But yeah, dude, whenever that's happened to me before though, like Friga had to bounce out because he was fixing his mic, and I just started rambling about stupid crap. And also on hockey stream, I think he dropped out a couple times, and I just start rambling about dumb stuff like a movie or a comics that I like or whatever, you know.
The new Ghostbusters movie, I really want to see it.
Because dude, I want to see that too.
The Guardian panned it hard for paying fan service. I'm like, if the Guardian pans a movie, I'm there. I got to watch it.
Well, yeah. I heard the new Ghostbusters as fan service. I heard that it's fan service, but done right. It's not. Yeah. It's good. I can't remember who said this phrase. I think he said hand service, like hand job service instead of fan service. Like it's overly fan service, you know, like Rise of Skywalker was. Right. But you know, but I heard Ghostbusters is more like actually like, you know, you get tids and bits of fan service, but it's actually a good movie. That's what I've heard. But I really want to see that too, man.
Yeah.
I heard that they do a great job of like homaging it almost or paying tribute to the original. So
there's this, but on the trailer there's this scene where Ecto 1 is just tearing through a wheat field, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just you just feel it. You feel it there. It's like,
yeah, dude. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Paul Rudd anyway. Hey, Comic Book Bob is here. I missed him, but there he is. Welcome, Comic Book Bob. But yeah, dude, I know what you're talking about that scene, and it just gets you going. You're just like, yeah, it's awesome. And that's one of the few. Did you see the movie Nobody?
No.
It's on HBO, or I think it's on HBO Max or Amazon Prime or whatever. You can maybe rent it, but it's great, man. It's kind of like a John Wick in a way, but like a little different, just because he actually gets like hurt and beat up, and just it's a fun movie, man. But there's only a few movies that came out in the past like 5 or 10 years have been really good, and that's one of them.
All right, Nobody. Okay.
Yeah, and then Wrath of Man, that one was really good. It has Jason Statham in it.
I'm so out of it. I'm so last bit of thing I watched was the Tyson Fury, the Wilder Fury fight. That's the last thing I watched.
Oh, well,
sport.
I only know some of them because like Boob Dan Art told me about Wrath of Man, and Nobody. I saw a trailer for it actually on YouTube, and I was like, oh, what's this? I'm like, because it was just violence, like it looked just straight out mindless violence, and I'm like, yes, that's what I want. I don't want to think. I just want something that'll, you know, make me numb. King Toad, what's going on? Man?
Boxing. What's this boxing? There's no plot there.
Yeah, there's no plot there. Just two guys going at it. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I don't understand how the marshmallows are. Yeah, it takes me a while to read things because of my vision. I apologize, Mr. Mr. Chub.
What is it? I don't know. Is this got to do with the movie?
Yeah, he's talking about the Ghostbusters movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it takes me a while to read, and sometimes if they're that long, I kind of give up. I'm horrible. That's just what, like, I'll have Luke on here, and he'll just kind of read it for me.
Death Metal Hero.
Yeah. He's a good. He's actually. I think he's going to be on Friga tonight, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. You can watch the replay. Yeah. He'll obviously catch the replay. It would be great if you can get on there, man. I know the time zones are different, but I know he'd love to have you on.
That might be an option. Yeah, because I'm still writing the bloody campaign, so I need to be everywhere now. I should.
Well, that's what that's what I hate about being like, and you're like me. You work on your book. That's it. I'm working on Absolute. So whenever it's promo time, that's all we like. That's it. We're full on promo, and you get to work on the book a little bit here and there, but you got to plug and plug and plug. But if you have more than one person, if you have a team, like I could be drawing pages while the colorist is waiting on him, so he could plug the book. He can go out and promote. Or if you have the letterer, he's not working yet. So if you have more than one person, yeah, you're going to get less money, but at the same time, you could get more exposure by promotion. But Ink Spots and I have Frog G next. That's our next book. So like if I'm drawing the pages still, he can promote. If he's coloring and I'm done drawing, I can promote. So it's going to work out great, I think, and I think that's an advantage to having more than one person on a book itself.
Definitely, definitely. I've actually my wife has recently joined Twitter. She does the posting out and all that stuff, and start to spread the word a bit. But yeah, there's the other thing, like getting on camera and talking, and it's like I don't think she's game for that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm a bit of a control freak.
I kind of am the same way. I like to do what I'm doing, but Ink Spots and we have actually a very good rapport. We think very similarly, so I don't have to worry about being as much of a control freak in that aspect because we're so in tune. And plus, I also like to control what I'm doing, but at the same time, I like the artist to do what they're going to do. So
you gotta trust your artists. You can't micromanage because if you find yourself that you're micromanaging any of your creatives, actually, it just means you didn't choose the right person for the project from the beginning.
Yes,
that's really important.
And that's the beautiful thing is that Ink Spots is so good. I can trust him whatever he's going to do on the colors. So
he's extremely. His digital paintings are amazing. He's got a beautiful sense of.
He's been working on traditional as well. He's been honing his traditional.
Oh yeah. He's been asking for tips on learning how to do acrylics.
Yeah. So I'm honored to have him as a colorist on Frog G, but we're also doing it right in that since there's the two of us, it's a split because he's doing just as much work as I am. I don't see a reason just as I'm the penciler or slash inker or letterer or whatever, I shouldn't get more because he's adding backgrounds, he's adding all the colors. Like he's gonna make this book sing. So if he gets a higher amount, he's gonna even work harder. You know what I mean? So he can get even more money in the long run. And I believe that way too for me. If I get more of a percentage, I'm gonna work harder. And Frog G himself, he's getting a cut too, just because he created the character and it's only right. So, but we're loving what we're gonna do. So, and I really want to do more Absolute, but this just came about it by happenstance, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So Absolute is my Sin City. I can pick it up whenever I want. I don't know if you plan on. I know you're really focused on Merry Boys. I don't know if you have any other things kicking around in your head. So
I've got two other things that I want to do, but I've got something that I want to achieve with Merry Boys first. But I've definitely got big plans for some other things.
Now,
probably more popular than Merry Boys.
Really?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Now, was Merry Boys conceived a long time ago, or is it like something freshly new?
It's a very personal project that kind of just organically grew and wouldn't go away. It just you set up shop in the back of my brain and wouldn't.
Yeah, mine came about by happenstance. So mine, I didn't like. I drew the first page, And then my brother was supposed to write something with it. He just couldn't figure out what to do, and it sat on it for a while. And then eventually it just snowballed. Like, and it just, like, I never really, like, it wasn't something I'd been thinking about for like 20 years or anything. It just happened. So it developed on its own. But so I'm a little envious of the people that are like, yeah, I've had this for like 40 years. I'm like, oh man, like I didn't really have anything.
It's almost like it depends. It doesn't, like, you know, so I guess certain things take. Cheers. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Yo, what's going on, Sugar Chris?
Some things, I mean, they don't necessarily take as long to incubate as they need to. It's more a case of where does it come from? Does it come from a place of honesty? Because that comes through in the concept and in the work. Right? If it rings true,
right? Yeah, I agree. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, that's why it's like a personal work. So I don't think it does. Like, you know, people are as open to it as they would with, say, a superhero book or something that was a bit more, you know, within the box. But I just feel it's necessary to do it. That's all. Because it's always, you know, until I reach some sort of you know, point, some sort of pinnacle with it, it's work that needs to be done. And after that, I can probably do something else. But
yeah, and like I love the superhero stuff. I mean, that's what we grew up on. But it at the same time, it's done so much that it's not something that I kind of want to jump on right away. Frog G is kind of like a superhero thing because Frog G is almost like me drawing Spider-Man. Like that's the way I look at it, you know, with like all that stuff. So that's kind of my superhero thing.
Tell me about Frog G.
We're kind of still developing everything, man, and I don't want to tell too much because we want to let this explode, but you know who Frog G is, right?
No.
Oh, really? There's the mod Frog G in the chats, and he drops links. Like he's pretty much one of the biggest mods there is that you can get. Because if you mention a campaign, a YouTube video, a YouTuber's site, like within like 5 seconds, probably 5 to 10 seconds, it'll be in the chat. Like he's just that on it and fast,
right?
And he's a mod everywhere, and so I was promoting my book, and one of my tiers was to become a trading card. You become what's called affected in Absolute. The alien fallout and stuff like that, and people were breeding and stuff like that, experimentation, whatever. The people became monstrous and stuff like that. They have superpowers or just straight up mutations. They look like freaks, but so you can be drawn in as an affected person. Those are called the affected, and Frog G and Nefarious from Global Frequency, they both back that tier where you can become a trading card. So I drew up the Frog G one, and Ink Spots colored it, and it just blew up. Like it literally just exploded when we posted it.
I've seen that. I've seen those images.
Yeah, and that's the mod, the fan in the chat that backed that tier. That's his trading card, and he gets the original artwork, the card, the book. You know, he gets the whole nine. But everybody loved it so much that they wanted a book out of it. So I'm not one to deny the fans, and neither is Ink. So we were like, dude, let's do it. Let's make Frog G happen. So we're slowly developing the plot. Ink Spots came up with a great idea. I love it. I've been bouncing back and forth with him. And it's not going to take place in the Absolute universe just because it's going to be its own separate entity. I never planned for it. But the way I'm going to also structure maybe a contract where I can use Frog G for what I want, and Ink Spots can use Frog G in what he wants, but we can't do solo Frog G books without one another. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good thing to do. But as of right now, I'm keeping things a little under wraps with the story arc. I don't know if Ink is going to reveal anything. If he does, he does. You know, I'm not going to have him under an NDA, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if Ink wants to say anything. Mm-hmm. But it's not what people are thinking. Like Absolute deals with like aliens and, you know, superpowers and sorcery. Frog G is kind of more mythical. It's got like voodoo elements in it. And stuff like that. Like he has a super powered wrench because in the chats he drops links. He's a wrench holder. Exactly. So he has like that light. We're gonna figure out something with that. He's gonna have like magical weapons, and it's gonna be something different than what I did in Absolute and what Ink's doing in Metal Mayhem Rock Boy. So it's gonna be a lot of fun though, man. But that's what we want. It's gonna be something geared like Spider-Man or regular Marvel comics, where a 13-year-old could read it, but so can a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be action packed, but you're not going to see like severed heads and boobs, naked boobs everywhere. So it's almost all ages, but still fun. So yeah.
There is a need for that stuff. You don't see comics that are genuinely for kids anymore, or something that has that appeal, something that could appeal to kids.
Right. I mean, like Absolute is kind of there. There's some slang swearing. Like I make up words, but a grown up obviously would understand what a slit is. Like if you're talking to a woman and you call her a slit, I would think most guys would know what that means. Or a cutter, like as in the turd cutter, like that slang. So if you call somebody a cutter, that's not a good thing. But I don't really swear a lot. There's some blood, some violence. So Absolute is maybe a little more, uh, 16, 17 on up. But yeah.
Look at my IP, Chris getting all feisty.
IP? Is IP? What is this IP? I don't know what they're talking about in chat. I don't know. I tend to. I don't ignore the chat, but sometimes I don't know what they're talking about. I'm so tired. What?
So tired.
You should be sleeping. We'll go to sleep.
Yeah, what's time there now? So it's only 5 o'clock there. It's time to go to. It's
Yeah, it's 5 in the afternoon. What he's talking about? Well, I think he's more. Isn't he in Canada though? Yo, Creators Outlet. What's going on, man? I didn't see him.
Really? I can't. To me, it's all the same. It's you that side of the world.
No, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if he's if he's in Canada directly above me, it still should be the same time zone. Like it shouldn't be like
It's confusing. You guys have got 6 bloody times.
I mean, we have 3, but yeah, I get you. And, well, what's annoying is like Arizona doesn't really do daylight savings time. So sometimes, like it's like, well, they're 2 hours behind, or they could be 3 hours behind. We don't know. So it's weird. They should do away with daylight savings time altogether.
Yeah, there's no point. We're not farming. We're not tilling the fields anymore, are we?
Well, I think there's so many theories as to how they came about. Like one of them was during World War II to like trick like the Germans that we were going to do something at one time, and then we said, I don't know, man. And then there was the other theory of like that, where like set the clocks for like tilling the fields and the farmers and everything like that. Just it's an hour. Do away with it. It just confuses people.
Yeah, get up earlier if you want to catch the sunlight.
Exactly. Just wake up an extra hour early. I don't understand this whole thing. It's the dumbest concept. There's no way to talk about your friends.
It's that red dress thing. It's just that isn't going away.
No, it's not going to go away. He's got to wear the red dress, just like Lola has to put on the furry suit whenever she hits 1,000. So yeah.
Well, everybody's got like this thing. Like Friga's got his pink bunny suit that he wore for the whole campaign.
Oh, that was so great.
Yeah.
That was so fantastic.
He's such a sport. He's such a sport. He's the kind of, I really respect a guy, who doesn't take, when somebody ribs you, you don't take it personally. You just roll with it. And you kind of incorporate it and show, that I love that. That's a really good character trait.
What I remember was one of the first times he went onto EVS's stream, and he was like fresh into Comicsgate. So like, he was very new to like what was going on and the way people were. And then who was it? Jabba the Hutt. I believe like threw something at EVS, and like he called him fat or whatever, and EVS like I'm fat, and then Frank's like, what did he just call you? Like he got so mad, like he was like he was sticking up for his friend. He's like what? And he's like no, it's okay. He's like, he's just ribbing, we're having fun. And he's like, oh, it's like that. And then ever since then, he got it. He was like, okay, yeah, we're ribbing. So yeah, and then but yeah, he doesn't take any. I don't know, man. Like I said, I try to model things after that because that's how I believed in the first place, with heart, and creativity. And that's what, ever since even before he was on YouTube, he was doing live feeds on Instagram and doing stuff like that. And I'd talk in there, and he would I'd ask questions and he would answer them. Like I'd see his kid Harrison jumping around in the back seat of his car because he just picking somebody up, and it's good times, man. Like I said, he's one of my favorites in CG just because he's all heart and he's talent.
Yeah, the heart. No, there's no ego there. It's
Uh-uh.
just genuine. You
Well,
can tell. You know, I'm a
like,
good character, and I think, yeah.
right. Well, look at his channel. Like during Fragga June and Fragtober, he has people like me on. He has people like Luke on. I'm not saying anything bad about us, but like you said, we're underground. We're like not known. But he doesn't care because he likes the talent. He likes the creativity. So he wants to have these people on to promote creativity and promote it. You know, and like it's harder to get, and I'm not mad at these people, but it's harder to get on an EBS channel or a Shane channel, but they got to be very careful too sometimes. So I get it, but Friga's just like, let's do this. And yeah, he'll have Malin on, he'll have EBS on, but he'll have me on, you know? And that's outstanding.
I'm gonna try it. I gotta get in touch, but of course, it's just because I'm trying to sell a book. You know, now it's like,
right.
fuck, ask. You know, it's like, are you selling your book again? I haven't heard from you since you sold your last bloody book, Carl. You know.
Well, but that's that's the other thing though. He understands. I think he disappeared for like a good 2 months. You know, because he was working on, you know, not only storyboards but also Black Flag. So like he knows how it goes with the work and the you know, almost disappearing and be like never hearing from somebody, then all of a sudden you hear from them. So I don't think he'd be too upset if you hit him up, dude. Plus I know he likes your stuff, so yeah, I would definitely just hit him up. It might take him a while to get back to you. Hit up you know Will Perdomo, the writer.
Will Perdomo, no.
He's the writer of Black Flag, the co-writer of Black Flag. He's like Friga's, you know, he tunes his thoughts and then he puts them into words. So like he's kind of his conduit. You know, he does a great job and he is a writer. I'm not bashing Will at all. I love him. He's my friend. But it's easier to get a hold of Will, and then Will could relay it to Friga. Just look up Will Perdomo. I think it's like on Twitter it's Will Perdomo, but he goes by like Solix Felix or something like that. I don't know. He's a brainiac, so he kind of has that weird moniker. But if you look up Will Perdomo, Perdomo, you'll find him on Twitter and hit him up. See if Friga's booked. He might be booked for the month. I don't know. He might have a spot. So, and I know your schedule is totally different, but you know, if you could squeeze in there for that hour or hour and a half or whatever, I think it's 2 hours actually. It goes from 9 to 11 usually.
All right.
Eastern.
9 to 11 Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know, man.
We'll see. It's, you know, it'll be worth doing. I've done that before. It's not pretty, but I'll, you know, I was on Shane Davis's stream when I launched. I did the launch stream on Charlie's London for my book, and then I went on to Shane Davis, and I was literally, I think there's video footage of me like falling out of my chair, quite literally. I was just, you know, like you just like pinching yourself hard because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning already. I was in there for like 2 hours, you know, and early hours in the morning, and I couldn't handle it. So,
now, what time do you generally wake up?
I generally wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, oh man!
It was way past my bedtime into the time I normally wake up almost.
Yeah, I see. Like I wake up at 10:30 for work for my regular 9 to 5 gig. I wake up at 10:30, work till 8, and after that, so I'm up till generally about 3 to 4 in the morning. Yeah, once after that goes though, my body's like, yeah, dude, you got to go to bed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I generally get anywhere from 4.5 to 6 hours of sleep.
Oh, I couldn't function on that. No,
well, that's what coffee and energy drinks are for.
Some people are just high functioning individuals and they don't need as much sleep. And then you get guys like me. If I don't get 8 hours sleep, then I'm useless. I'm just a rattling mess. You know?
Well, that's the thing. I get like 8 to 12 hours of sleep on the weekends. So like my body is like, yeah, you need it, dude. But especially, you know, I'm not 20 years old anymore. I can't, you know, hardcore it like I used to. And Red Dress Chris for the Fragtober, he doesn't really know what that is, but you can keep suggesting it if you want. Like I kept suggesting Frog G, and he keeps skipping it, so I stopped. But yeah, he doesn't even know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he doesn't. Like I remember somebody suggested that. He's like, I have no idea what that is. But yeah, man, I was gonna do a little layouts. I was gonna do some layouts because I counted my pages, and I'm on page 38 right now, 39 technically with this one, and it's looking like I'm gonna hit the 46 mark that I wanted, because I have this one, and then after this setup page, I have battle scenes. So I want a lot of fight scenes, so it might be a little more. 46 is definitely on looking right, because my last book was 46. I want to keep it
It's a
cohesive.
good number, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if it hits 48, 52, fine. You know, that's not too far off. So, and if I put a little couple extra pages in there, it's not going to break my bank. So I don't mind it. I I don't know if you're doing it where I also don't like this page. I'm deleting it. But I don't know if you're doing yours where you hit like an extra stretch goal, you put in more pages. Are you?
It'll have to be like another story. No, I haven't done that before. I've seen people do that. You can do it under certain circumstances. I think I could probably have done it in this campaign. Just add another short story, you know.
Right.
But no, I've never done it before. Mostly because yeah, just committing to more work.
Well,
Charlie was saying just throw in another 20-page comic, and I'm like, no. No. Oh,
no.
Oh, I'm not doing more bloody work. It's already 75 bloody pages.
Like I could see if you already had it planned out, like plotted out, not really written necessarily as much as like you have the plot and layouts for like the first 20 something pages, 48 pages, whatever it may be. Then yeah, adding in those extra pages might actually hurt you a little bit and take more time. But like with me, I don't even have I don't have any story layouts. I just draw it as I go, as I write it as I draw it. Mm-hmm. So I can actually afford to add those extra pages because there's no set standard for me right now. Mm-hmm. It's a little more convenient for somebody like me, So I don't need that stretch goal, mainly because I'm not gonna. I could see if I went because mine's staple bound. Now, if I put it past so many pages, you have to go perfect bound. So then I would obviously maybe have to hit a stretch goal or upgrade because that costs more money to do perfect bound.
I think it's 96 pages. I think you can do Stattle Stitch up to 96 pages.
Well, with the cardstock I'm using, with the stock paper I'm using, it was like 60 something, I think.
Oh right, okay, must be quite heavy.
It's heavy, man. My book's thick. My pages are thick. You could cut your wrist with my page. I don't recommend it, disavow, but it's yeah. I have a pretty. Mine's a lot of an indie like a black and white old school like I stapled this at home type feel to it. You know what I mean? And I like it. So yeah, I'll send him a detailed, or just just send him a dude. You can draw it. I've seen your artwork. You're a great artist, Pale Rider. I think somebody already did actually. Told them about the red dress. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that red dress so much. The more, and there's it's like a fire that you're trying to put out with gasoline. Every time it comes up, Chris is trying to put it out. No, and it's just all over the place. And
you can't put that. You can't put that fire out. That's never going away.
Red hot,
yeah.
Red dress.
Now, what because you have your work hours for your regular job are like what 8 to 4. Or 9 to 5 or something like that, or
that's it.
Yeah.
So I work late. Then sometimes I work late too, so it's like overtime and stuff that I have to put in. So it's right. It's a bit crap. But.
So you after that you get home and you pretty much like eat dinner, jump on Merry Boys.
Yeah, right. Like you got to find time to be a dad too, between everything, which is actually the big focus of everything. It should be like the main focus of everything I do. It's
yeah,
like you do all the stuff because you want to spend time with your family.
Yeah, and that's
once they're completely knackered out and want to go to sleep because they can't go on anymore. Then I get to say, okay, pull yourself up. And then you do some comic book work, or you promote your campaign.
Right. You do the comic thing, promote or work on it or whatever. Yeah, man. I don't have kids, but my youngest nephew's 13. He lives with me, and my oldest nephew, he lives with me too. He's 21. But I generally have to cook when I get home from work for my youngest nephew, and then I try to work out 3 days a week, and I fail a lot at it because by the time I get home and end up cooking dinner, I'm like, man, it's already late. I got to also work on the comic. And not only that, maybe jump onto YouTube to stay relevant. And, so I'm like, I just can't work out. I can't squeeze it in. So
it's an absolute full-time job. Yeah, I'd love to come. I'd love to come on, Chris. I was thinking of you. Like, I was like, damn it, it's been such a long time, and now I've got a campaign. Now it's like, oh, of course you want to come back on the show now.
I try to get on Chris's channel too. Our hours conflict as well, and I'm in almost like it's mainly because of my work schedule conflicts, is what it is. Because my work schedule is so odd. But I think he sometimes has a Saturday one that he does, or like a weekend one.
Yeah,
Can't remember.
he's got a morning. He's got one that he does before he goes to work, and I've jumped onto that a few times.
Right. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. I like being on Chris's channel. Yeah, you have a good time. So yeah. Now, what? I know you were on Red Valkyrie. You said you were on Shane Davis and Charlie. So, who else have you hit up?
Let's see. Outlaw Owls, 24 hours. I've been on his. I've been on Creator Outreach. Will, the ones that you mentioned. I've got a show coming up with Michael Bancroft.
Nice.
And I'm speaking to Art T Bear. We're going to put a show together about inking, because he's such a good inker. And I thought, why waste the show? It would be great to have like a one-on-one with RT Bear talking about professional level inking. That would be awesome. Why waste
it would be awesome. I would love to watch that. Yeah. Unfortunately, Art streams while I'm at work, so that's hard for me to catch it.
Yeah, I feel he streams while I'm asleep. So,
no, go ahead.
I was going to say, actually, he says he does mornings, and the difference is about 6 hours. So it'll probably be just as I come home. I can stream with Art. Take a look.
I was trying to get on Arts.
I've been on CromCon. I've been on Bargain Bin. I've been on. Wow. I'm pretty missing. The most obvious.
Okay, you've hit out a lot then. I didn't hit up CromCon. I'm going to be on during Halloween with Luke for Topic List though, but still promote absolutely. But yeah, you've been on a lot more than what I have. That's for sure. I'm going to answer Oliver real quick here. Funny thing you ask, Oliver. I guess you can call them Americanized, but fajitas. Fajitas are my best dish, actually. Chicken fajitas. I think
they were Indian, like fajita. I call them fajitas.
Fajitas.
They're American. What?
No, it's Mexican, man. Fajitas Mexican.
See, it shows what I know. I'm an old culture.
That's right. Wait, wise guys.
As well, Wyman and I were talking about a show too.
Well, that's the good thing about Wise though. He streams all hours, so like almost like especially on weekends almost. But I see him stream at like 10 in the morning. I see him streaming at 1 in the morning. So yeah,
he's been very accommodating. Like in the streams that I've been on, when I've been on the show in the past, he's been really accommodating. Like he'll stream before he goes to work as well.
Yeah. So
Vegetas. Now that's something different. What's a Vegeta?
I don't know.
What's he doing at 9,000 power?
Wise, I think Wise has finally lost it after the hours upon hours of streaming that he does. No one knows what he means. Vegetas? I don't know what he's talking about.
Vegetas, like this is how Wizjaz through pronunciation.
That's a Wizjaz. Hey, Nefarious, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Yeah, everybody gets the Nefarious trading card when they back Absolute as well. Don't forget about that. Yeah, have you been on Wises though for book 2?
Not yet. No,
not yet. Yeah, that's right. Okay,
but I will.
Yeah. Is Dragon Ball what?
Vegeta.
Chat's just going crazy on me here.
I'm thinking of an ABBA song, like Chiquitita, tell me, that's how. That's the song that comes up when I hear Vegeta. I think of something very exotic and very. I don't know. I thought Indian. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, my ex-wife is Mexican, so she made a couple Mexican dishes that were really good, like mole. Chicken with mole. It's like a mole is a sauce. It's like a chocolate sauce, spiced chocolate sauce. It's really good.
All right.
Yeah. So she made a couple of Mexican dishes, but I still mainly cooked a lot. But yeah, she still loved but she even liked my fajitas. So, and one thing I started doing was adding pineapple to them for a while with the chicken fajitas. You cut up some pineapple and you put it in there with the chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. It adds that sweetness to it. It's delicious. Yeah. That's delicious.
It's making me hungry. It's 10 o'clock at night.
Well, it's dinner time. Come on, man.
Yes, it's dinner time somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's always time a good time to eat.
Oh, it's watering now. Thanks.
Make a wrap and then put it on. I do like wraps. I don't have an air fryer. Everybody talks about air fryers. I don't have one. But I do like wraps. That's another go-to that I use as a. So I'll just grill up some chicken, add some spices, some oil, and then put it on a wrap. Maybe sour cream and ranch or Caesar and some cheese and lettuce, and I'm good to go. It's quick,
Mm-hmm.
I like quick but healthy is what I really like. I don't always get to eat it. Like I said, I have a 13-year-old kid that lives here, so he likes a lot of the stuff that really isn't always healthy for you.
Yeah.
He loves cheeseburgers. Go figure.
Yeah. Nice piece of salmon in the oven, covered in pepper, and then covered in raw spinach. Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds good, man.
Mm.
I
With
honestly,
a little bit of chili sauce.
ooh, yeah, like a little extra kick to it. Yeah,
Just
I
a
like
little.
that. Yeah, I generally wasn't big on fish for the longest time, but I at least recently got into more like salmon and stuff like that recently, and I love it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, pineapple and fajitas. Yeah,
We're,
yeah,
we're
you
like
should give it a
we're
try.
like Gail Simone here. We're talking about food and cake. Do yourself a favor. Go down to if you're not blocked, which you probably are, like me. If you go to Gail Simone's Twitter feed and you put in cake, and you look at how many hits there are for
Are you?
do like a comparison, a pie chart. Do like a pie chart, comics versus cakes. It'll be like, just this little sliver will be about comic books. The rest is cake and other food.
I am blocked by her though. I went and looked. Out of curiosity, I went and looked. I'm like, I don't even know who this lady is, but yeah, I'm blocked by her. Okay, it figures. But yeah, I got it.
Funny enough, I've been blocked and unblocked, and I've been in some big arguments with her, but she unblocks me again. It's weird. She likes being told. I don't know.
Why? Why not just leave you unblocked at that point? I mean,
I don't know.
You know what? I think if anything, she just likes the argument. Like she just to argue for
she
argument's sake.
She kicks the cage, rattles the cage quite often.
Like I only seen like those clips. That's her, right? That's Gail Simone, the one that comics are booming. Like that's her, right?
Oh no, that's the other one.
Which one's Gail Simone then?
It's the bigger one, the one you just with.
It's the bigger one.
It's the one at the Red Bitch Planet. That's the one that said.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? Kelly Sue DeConnick. That's
Kelly Sue DeConnick is who I'm thinking of. Yeah. Okay. I know who Gail Simone is now. Yeah. But I mean, at least just if you like to argue for argument's sake, at least leave it open.
Yeah. I don't like to argue. I'm a really nice guy.
I honestly, man, don't see the point in it. No, it's a discussion is one thing, an argument is a totally different entity.
The thing is, I've never ever seen an internet discussion. It'll never result in somebody changing their viewpoint. If the person who's losing will just double down, and until it just spirals out into accusations of fascism or communism or whatever it might be. That's just the game. That's the sport.
Right.
Yeah. So take it for what it is. There's nothing more. So you can just build yourself. I don't know. You can be be nihilistic and say, "Oh, I might as well just build my little echo chamber and carry on like that." And I think that's what most people do.
I'm not one to me. I'm like my channel or even talking to me in person. Politics and religion are almost the don't go there because I'm more than willing to discuss them. Religion mainly. I don't know anything about politics. That's why I don't talk about it. I really don't know. I don't know any facts. I don't know. I don't research it. I don't, so I don't know where to stand. I can't be like, yeah, I like what this guy says or that guy says because I don't delve into it. I've looked into religion and different religions and I've studied them in a way. I'm interested in them and I'm more than open to talk about it.
Yeah.
but only if it's a discussion and being like, okay, you're open to discussion, you're open to different thought processes. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to give you a different point of view, and you can accept it or just not accept it and be cool with it. And I accept what you think. That's a discussion.
Yeah.
It's yeah. So, and I don't mind talking about it, but I don't talk about it on YouTube mainly for the reason that it just goes straight to an argument.
It's very divisive. You
Mhm.
know, I think the starting point with, I think especially with religion, is that you gotta, go in with the mindset that you're not trying. Just you have to respect that everybody has their own unique viewpoints on that, and try not to step on people's toes. That's all.
Right. Like if people want to worship the spaghetti monster, great, awesome. That's cool. Makes you happy. Go for it. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But and yeah, there are those people like, oh, religion wars are started with religion. It's like, yeah, but it's a weapon at that point, and people are
It's
using
not.
it.
It's not. I don't think what wars have started. That's not because of religion. Religion is almost like that strain of religion. It's almost like that is the result of, the reasons for the war.
Right. And at the same time, anything wars can start because of land. Wars can start over a woman.
Land. Resources. Yeah. That's the
resources.
Main
yeah. So
resources.
It's just whatever. So wars can start almost over anything. But to me, like I said, I'm more than open to talk about it in a person to person talk. On YouTube, forget about it. On the internet, no, because people are just too. Yeah, they're just so strong headed that. I would just rather talk about, how much Wolverine actually weighs, and wouldn't he just sink to the bottom of the ocean rather than being able to swim because he's so heavy with metal? That's what I want to talk about because
that's fun. That's fun. And,
that's fun. Yeah.
People are more serious about it than religion, generally.
Like, I'm sorry, he's got adamantium, he's got a metal in him. You know how strong he has to be? He would sink. He would just sink.
But it's like, not, but scar tissue is always what I've wondered about Wolverine. I mean, sure, if these blades stick through his hands, isn't he going to bleed all over the place? First of all, you never see any blood. Okay, so it's supposed to come out and heal immediately,
right?
Up around the blade as it's being pushed out.
Right. That his healing factor supposedly kicks in and just automatically cuts it off. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he doesn't have any scar tissue at all. So instead of scar tissue, it just goes exactly the way it was before. Then you have to think to yourself, so what is actually propelling it forward? Is it a bunch of muscles? So you must have one long muscle up here that contracts and pulls the blades up.
I would think it would be like a cat's claws, like because they could retract and they could do stuff with their muscle. So probably is what it is muscle tendons pushing like those claws out very quickly, I might add.
But how did they put it in? Because I mean, it was that whole Weapon X era story experiment where they fused his bones with adamantium through hydrolysis or something like through what do you call it? They put him in this tank and they fused adamantium with his bones. But how did they actually get the claws into his forearms? And how did they put a how did they get them? Because you can't build muscles in to do. Just how did they do all that?
Well, I mean, because he had the bone claws, so initially that's why the metal went around that bone, but how they actually went about molding the metal around that bone particularly, because it was already inside of his forearm, like it's like bone upon bone. I mean the scientific aspects of it are one. I mean, granted, it's a comic book. You're not supposed to really go that far into it, but we try to analyze because that's what we do as fans. You go further into the lore and be like, well, wait a minute, so. Since he already had bone claws, the metal went around the bone claws. But how did they infuse it in there? Yeah. What up, J Money? How's it going, man?
That's one of the reasons I never really got into X-Men because there was too much suspension of disbelief. Because you got all these mutants with vastly different powers. It's almost like they're almost like superheroes that come from different universes with totally different rules applying to them, and you put them all together. And it's just like it's too much. It's too much. I can't see how these people can function together as a team. It's just too many variables. It's too complex for me to appreciate.
Well, I guess I never grasped Superman. I can't get around Superman. To me, he can move the planet. He can punch holes through universes. It's like, what can he? But yet a rock. Well, I know.
Yeah.
But a rock can destroy him. That's super rare, but everybody has it. It's like the dumbest concept I've ever heard of. And like you said, that he used to be able to. And granted, now I don't know. He's been through so many iterations and stuff like that. But I can't get into Superman. I never
Uh,
could. I did like the movies though. I like the Christopher Reeve movies.
yeah. I can get into Superman. I can't get it. I can't get into the Justice League with having Superman and Batman on the
That,
same
that,
team.
that makes no
Like,
sense.
just a rich dude who can use but knows some martial arts. I think I really like Batman. I still like
Oh, I
Batman.
love Batman. Or Green Arrow. It's like,
But
why?
what a
What?
different mindset! Completely different mindset.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you can't. It just doesn't work. How? One is an immortal. He's like godlike, and the other guy is just a dude in a suit.
Well, and also, why do you need the Justice League when you have Superman?
Yeah.
You don't need anyone else. Like I said, yeah.
I mean, he's I mean, taking to a logical conclusion, he's much smarter than Batman.
What's up, Anthony?
Right.
Yeah. And that's like people always viewed Superman as like people thought he was like just a strong guy and that was it. It's like no, he's actually pretty intelligent. He's not an idiot, And yeah, Batman is way smarter than Superman, but you all you need is Superman. You don't need anybody else. Wonder Woman maybe can like get in there too. Like if you have those two, you don't need Batman. You don't need Green Lantern. You don't need Cyborg. You don't need Green Arrow, and you don't need any of them. It's Green Lantern, maybe. I guess he's kind of cool. I guess. I don't know. I was more into Marvel anyway. Thor, Spider-Man. I got a little bit more into the X-Men than what you did, but
I like Spider-Man and the Hulk. The Hulk has always been like a really good storyline for me.
the Hulk was real. Well, it's that inner monster, That's a great concept. Yeah.
Very cool concept.
Yeah.
I love the Peter David run.
Yeah.
Everything about that was really cool.
I gotta reject that scam call. All right. It's the only people that call me are the scam people. Do you get those a lot over there? Scam likely phone calls?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's all over the world.
That's stupid. They were an afterthought. Later retconned the MCU and Weapon X story. They.
Well, yeah, definitely. No, it's just you do whatever sells, and if it sells, then you start thinking about, okay, how does this actually work?
Right.
That's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and initially all this stuff was made for kids. You don't want to, kids don't really think about the, kids, 10, 11, they don't think this way. They just think, oh, cool, look at these claws, But as you get older, you're like, wait a minute. Huh? Superman on a team? That didn't make sense. So, but yeah, definitely Marvel was, I don't know, their heroes were more lighthearted, I guess you could say, easier to get into. I don't know. DC has a better rogues gallery, I think, but I think Marvel has better superheroes.
I love the Batman villains.
Oh, dude,
they're all like low-powered, almost noir sort of mostly noir sort of or wacky psychedelic characters. You can't really fight any other superheroes because they're just guys dressed as penguins.
Well, yeah, the Joker's one of my favorite characters to draw. He's a simple character, but there's so much you could do with him in so many different styles. So I love drawing the Joker. So yeah, and Spider-Man. Those are like my two favorite things to draw.
Spider-Man is awesome. Yeah, and he's also that's the other thing. That's the other side. His rogues gallery is awesome too.
He's got a good rogues gallery.
The fun, trouble-free era of the '60s personified in a comic book. Everything is just wacky. It's great.
Yeah, but see, and that's what I kind of would love to bring back in a way. I mean, just fun characters like that. Like that would be fun to do. Like absolutely, like it's just almost a cliche aliens invasion story. But like with like Frog G, or I have other character ideas, stuff like that. I think it would be fun to get a cool rogues gallery, great heroes, and it'll be fun. I don't know what happened. Like, I mean, we know what happened to the mainstream, and it's very sad because comics did start to go by the wayside even with the movies coming out, and people are like, oh, I could watch 2 hours rather than read 60 years of history. So yeah, but I would love for that stuff to come back. I mean, we don't want mainstream to die at all. We want it to thrive because we grew up with it.
if it dies, then indie. Well, the thing is, the indie is just a reflection of the mainstream. It's like alternative music. If mainstream music dies, music kind of dies. Your distribution channels die. The culture of listening to music, reading comics, the culture of reading comics will die too.
Yeah.
Pretty
Welcome,
much.
Shadowhawk, by the way. Yeah.
Right.
Shadowhawk is a big backer. He recently picked up a couple of my Fragtober pieces.
Awesome.
Yeah. He's a good dude.
Very awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think things thrive because of like not only people like us, but you do every now and then get like that kid that just sees like the curious person, the curious kid who like sees this like weird medium that nobody else has ever shown them before, and they get really into it and delve into it. And it's not like it'll make millions, but it'll still be relevant in a way, much like the underground punk scene or the underground metal scene. It still goes on, even though not that many people follow it. It's not $1 million maker, but people do it for the passion of it, and
Yep.
because they love it so much that they're willing to work a 40-hour or 50-hour work week and then just grind away at the art that they love so much, whether it be music or fine art or comics or writing. It's more of a passion than anything else.
Oh, it has got to absolutely got to be a passion, otherwise
Yeah.
you're just not going to get out of the starting block. Yeah, and I agree.
Well, that's the thing. Like in my early 20s, I kind of got away from comics just because I, started being. I lost a lot of weight. I gained more confidence. So with that comes with the ladies, and so I kind of got away from comics a little bit, and I actually started just drawing, just regular drawing, working with watercolors, doing fine art pieces, and doing stuff for bands. And I got more into that for I want to say a good 8 to 10 years. Like I just wasn't buying comic books anymore, and I was just working on artwork, and like that really honed a lot of my skills though, and really broadened my horizons because I was doing that, and it just made a bigger mindset. Then once I got back into comics, I also brought in that mindset, and it just brings that love more into the comic book world for me. Like, because I love to draw, I love to create art, and I want to bring that back into my comics, like a David Mack or Sam Keith or Sienkiewicz. Like, bring those mediums in there and have some fun with it. Like even you do stuff like that with washes and stuff like that. You use those fine art skills.
That's how you expand, I guess. Blur the lines between other forms of art. I think that's probably what on the other side of the equation. That's probably what Marvel's big experiment was, and DC's bringing in YA authors and people who don't have any comic book background in writing stuff like that and setting them loose. I think personally what they're doing is they're thinking, oh well, we're making enough money on the movies and the merch and stuff. Let's just look for something. We're gonna break a few eggs in trying to make this omelet, but let's just shoot into the dark, bring people in from all over the bloody place and let them do what they want, and let's just see if it goes wrong. It goes wrong. Let's just see what happens. That's probably what's
Well,
I can't think of any other reason. It's just a big experiment.
and that's fine, but they're looking in the wrong pool. They're looking at like Tumblr artists and just like stuff that they're not looking at the quality. They're looking at what check boxes are checked. So
the thing is, Dogman I don't know if it's I mean that is a very, very successful comic, but it's not something that somebody who was really into 90s comics where it reached like this pinnacle of high illustration would consider to be good art. So they're thinking to themselves, well, it can be naive and it can still be very popular, because I don't care. I don't think they really care if something looks good. They care if is it popular, is it good,
right.
and they're trying to get into that, and they know what's going on in the wider market. I mean, comic is this little island, outside of that, it's mostly women and teenage girls who read books and novels and things like that. This is this little island of where men read these things, and now they're like, why don't we transform it so that we can get we can get the China money. It's like that's episode of South Park where everybody's after the China money. They want the China money because they want that female readership.
Right.
That's what they want, and they're sacrificing the established readership to achieve that.
Right.
Personally, I don't see why. I mean, if you've got the resources, why not do both? Why not do traditional comic books You know, that
Yep.
the way you've been doing it, and then on the side, you do another line of comics like DC did a while back. I think
With
it was
Vertigo.
no,
With
Vertigo was, yeah, okay, Vertigo, that was successful. But then
yeah.
they had another line called Minx, which was specifically it was in the early, it was in, I think about 2005, 2006. A line, and it was specifically geared towards, I don't know, goth teenage girls. Uh, and you had like some decent writers on there. You had the guy who did Lucifer, Mike Carey, and a bunch of other, established talent, trying this on, but it failed eventually.
Right. I want to say
I thought,
welcome to Billy Basco. Welcome,
hey
sir.
Billy, hey,
Good
how's it
friend.
going? How's
And
it going?
you have the link if you want to jump in, Billy. So it's in dudes. It's in talented dudes. Yeah, doing both. I don't, and like you said, you said they got talented. They got talent to work on it though.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Get talent and talented people, maybe even top tier people to first get in on it and make it a success. And maybe then bring in like other people that aren't known or that are at least good. Look, vet the people first. Be like, oh, what have you done? Oh, you've actually worked in the medium before? Cool, come on in. And I understand, like, not everybody's a veteran. Like me, I just started, so you're not going to be well known. But I have a couple books, I have a couple things, I've done some artwork. You can see it. So, like, look into them to see if they could do panels, if they could do splash pages, if they could do cover art, if they're actually decent at what they can do. And obviously, that's subjective as well, too, though. What people like is what they're going to like. But like you said, you could do both. You can
Why
do
not?
both.
Yeah. Why not do that? But also the thing is, with this Minx line, it was all new properties. There was no established IP. So I think the next thing they said, okay, well, that's obviously the problem because that's the talent. Let's try this with the actual, gold dust that we have, the popular stuff.
Right.
Let's try and do that. Um, but yeah, it's I don't know. I don't think it's working out. They can do whatever the hell they want at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm not, I can point. I'll point and laugh when it goes wrong, at me and many other people. But at the end of the day, do whatever the hell you want. It's your money.
Right. I mean, we're just discouraged because as fans, we're fans. Like we grew up with it. We're fans, and there's even younger people than us that are fans, and they're discouraged because they're changing and mutating it into some strange creature that no fan really wants. That other people that don't buy the books just beg for.
Yeah.
So that's
It's just,
an issue.
it's getting in, like, you take it personally. It's like it's some little. It's like, listen, you should. I go to work. I earn my money, and I work hard for it. And I could spend it on a number of different things. I'm not going to spend it on somebody being petulant and insulting me, and just get off your high horse and work for my buck. As you're supposed to.
Right.
Appeal to me, make me want to buy your stuff. Don't
It- it-
don't try and guilt me into buying something because I definitely won't buy it then. Definitely.
right.
It's not gonna happen.
Like if you go into a restaurant, you're going to want to order something that you like. And if you don't like it, you should be able to send it back, and they're going to give you what you do like eventually, or they're going to make it the way you like because you're the customer. They want your money.
If the waiter's rude, I'm never going back.
Well, if the waiter's rude, yeah, that's what they do.
I don't care how good the food.
Yeah, screw the waiter. But no, that's the other thing. Like, yeah, if a waiter gives me great service, I don't really care how much my bill was. My bill could be a cup of coffee. I'll give them $5. I tip according to service. So I don't care if my meal costs me $40, and if the server sucks, you ain't getting no 20% tip, pal. So yeah, you should cater to the client. And obviously, yeah, you want to still create what you want. You want to be nice to them and still be a genuine server or whatever and be good. But you got to put on that smile. You got to, cater to them, and you got to be like, yes, you want this, you want this, but what I'm selling, okay, you can have this. I'll make it this way. It's still true to what I think. But people have suggested like, hey, can you do this with this panel? And I've done it just because it actually was right. Now, if it was a wrong suggestion, I'd be like, yeah, you might be right, but this actually is the way it should be. But there was a couple people, they were like, you should put a little glare here on this light or this or there. I was like, yeah, they're kind of right. I actually should do that. So
good advice should be followed. Bad advice should be avoided. Oh dear.
look at that. There you go. You
Oh,
heard it
yeah,
here
I'm
first.
ready.
There you go. Struck down. Canceled.
Good, good. I don't deserve
Good.
to.
That's I don't know. To me, I think it's almost harder to cancel people like us because we have a full time job. We
Bulletproof.
we don't really rely on this for our
I
income.
don't care. I
Yeah, it's
don't
like go ahead and give it a shot. I don't care. I need
care.
medical, pal. I got a full time job. It's
It
funny.
doesn't matter. It
No,
doesn't matter to me at all. You might as well. It's like a hippie threatening to punch me in my aura. I like.
exactly.
I give a fuck. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
That's good stuff. Oh man.
What are we talking
Yeah.
about? Oh yeah, but wait, hang on. 20%. You guys in America, how much are you supposed to tip away to in America?
People will say 20%, but it's usually anywhere from 12 to 20. Like that's the general consensus of the bill. Now, my whole argument with that is the waiter doesn't control the price of the food. So why should I, if I have a $50 check
Well, your
and it's just two people, why am I giving them a $10 tip? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like if you serve me okay, I'm not giving you a $10 tip just because my food costs more than what it should. So I tip according to service is what I do. To me, if I'm there for 45 minutes and there's two of us and I tip you $5, you visit us 3 times, you're making some decent good money on that turnaround. So yeah. But I just tip according to service. I've tipped $20. I've tipped $4. You know, it's varied.
Yeah. Also, you give a bit extra, but it's never less than say 10%. I think that's like the going rate, but it'll never be less than 10% over here.
Well, it's less than 10 if they totally suck. That's for sure. Like the worst tip I think you could possibly give is actually like 2 cents because you actually took the time to reach into your pocket, find 2 pennies, and leave them on the table as opposed to no tip. Because you could have just forgotten, you know? I forgot the tip. But if you leave 2 pennies on the table, that's insulting. that's like you suck, buddy. But I've never done that. I feel too horrible inside to do that. But yeah, I thought over there though like they paid the servers enough money that they didn't need to tip.
No, I haven't waited in this country.
Maybe it's over in the like in Italy and Germany and stuff like that.
Yeah, possibly like on the continent. Here, no, here. No, people tend to work. I think there's places where you just work for tips. You don't work for. They don't actually pay you. You just rock up and you serve people.
Do you know the Mr. Pink speech
from
Reservoir Dogs?
Sounds dodgy. Okay, like Mr. Brown, Mr. Pink.
Yeah, where they're in the coffee shop and he's talking about she's got to fill his cup at least like 8 times for him to tip. So yeah, he's like, I don't tip. I don't believe in it. He's like, unless like this service is extremely beyond extraordinary. And then I think Mr. Brown suggests, what do you want? Her to go under the table and give you a blowjob. And he's like, well, then maybe. So yeah, something along those lines.
Why do I have to be Mr. Brown? It's like Mr. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Can it be Mr. Black or Mr. Purple? He wants to be Mr. Purple. I'll take Mr. Purple. You're not Mr. Purple. Purple's another job. I love that movie, man. That was Tarantino's first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was big. It was his first big hit.
Hold on,
a few years. I think about 4 years before Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, dude. I really like the fact that Tarantino, he does whatever he wants. It's fantastic. Like, he doesn't care about what anybody says. He'll do whatever movies he wants.
If you're big enough, you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, look at South Park. People complain, but there's nothing. Okay, I might be wrong. I don't know if South Park's been toned down recently, but if you put the same stuff into a comic that you put into South Park,
it'd be over.
People will complain, and that's what I'm going to do. But people will complain. But that's the hypocrisy I will point out. I'll say if this was on if it was the same level of offensiveness on South Park, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. You'd laugh and you'd tell your friends about it the next day, and you'd support those creators because they're awesome. But me, you were crap all over.
Yeah.
Because
you like to be crapped all over. Yeah. You like it. Yeah. It's in your wheelhouse. Well, I heard Beavis and Butthead were coming back. Now, if
I-
they came back as they were though, where they just were is stupid and funny and boobs, perfect. But if they changed it to fit the common crowd or the,
if they know their audience at all, they wouldn't touch.
they
the
wouldn't.
formula.
They wouldn't touch it.
The formula. No.
No, and they shouldn't. But that's what I heard. I heard Beavis and Butthead was coming back, but who knows?
I like the movie.
Oh, the movie was good. Yeah,
yeah,
Do America.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
Did you see the South Park movie?
I did. Yeah, it was long. Was it long and uncut? What was it? Long, hard, and uncut, or something.
Yeah, long, hard, and uncut. Yeah, that's what it was.
That was great. It was so. Yeah, they just pushed boundaries. It was. I didn't like Team America as much though. I thought that was a bit much.
Yeah, Team America's a bit over the top, but I think if you're American, you appreciate it a little more because it's so perfectly stupid. It's overly patriotic, so you do know some people like that. Like I'm patriotic, I love America, it's great, but I'm not like I'm not going to get American flag tattooed on my forehead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but there are people like America, so there are people like that you kind of get to know.
No, I get it. I mean, look, I live in England, and I love England. I think England's awesome. Yeah. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else, but I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm an immigrant, Yeah. And I can only cheer that loudly without people going, "Hang on."
Exactly.
You got there, I get it. You gotta, you gotta fall in line with where you are. You don't want to be the guy who just hates. I mean, just if you don't like where you are,
then leave, then go, then get out. Yeah, There's other places. If you think it's so great somewhere else, then go live there. Then go away. Then we don't want you here. And you'll find out if that place is that good because you don't know until you actually live in that place.
Venezuela was very popular until recently.
Really?
Wait, Pale Rider. Wait, Chubb likes a turd on his chest. That's nasty. Well, it's not if it's a chocolate turd.
Chocolatey and smooth. Yeah. Little peanuts.
Yeah.
Chewy. Billy, get in here. Whatever, Billy. I'm not going to listen to you until you get in here. You're never on my channel. I'm only insulted. That's fine. I got Chubb in here, and you're not here. Whatever. We got the extraordinary Mary Boys artist, and what do? You ignore him by not coming in.
He doesn't like me.
He doesn't like you, is what it is. I'd be offended, man. I'd be highly offended. I'm too busy coloring Goblin Girl. Shut up, Billy. You ain't working.
He doesn't Commie Mark stream a lot. He likes the
commies.
He loves the commies.
Billy's a communist. You heard it here first. There you go. That's why he's not here. We're pro our countries. Billy is anti-country. He prefers.
Well, Mark too, but he's pro-Soviet Union. His country doesn't really exist anymore, but it's still
yeah. So he's still he's on the borderline of it. He's acceptable. He rides that fence. Billy is totally just all out anti-American, apparently.
I have to say, Commie Mark is like I still don't. I'm not quite. When I first saw the whole communist thing, I wanted to put my foot through my screen. I was like, "You dare share that crap here? I'll find you." This isn't such a big country.
This isn't such a big country.
It isn't very big.
No, it's not.
But then the more I watched and the more I listened, I was like, "No, you aren't serious about this." And it's a good piss take,
Yeah,
he's a very good creator.
He is. I have. I just got. Not Daredevil. It's not Daredevil.
He's a good guy to boot.
Yeah, he is.
Not a good guy to boot. He's a good guy as well.
Guess who we got up in here? Coming at you, a talented extraordinaire, Mr. Boob Dan Art.
Hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
Let me pause you guys on my phone.
Yeah. We don't need to be on your phone anymore.
There we go. No.
We're here.
You're here.
We're here. Yeah.
Everybody's place looks so much better than mine.
Dude,
drawing boards and all sorts of shit.
Dude,
I'm in the back room with the washing.
Dude, my bed's over here.
We're both in the room with the washing.
Yeah, the wash the dryer is right there.
Yeah.
Hey, look here. Here's the ironing board. Just over there. Yeah. Ironing board. I got the clothes dryer right next to my desk.
Oh, that's
there's-
great.
There is a big giant shelf of auto parts and various construction supplies over here to my right. I just have a little squared off spot in the room.
Yeah, I just let me switch cameras because I'm in my bedroom. Actually, my bed is completely a mess. I got
Sure,
boxes over there. Who's calling me? Oh, Scan Likely.
Jason.
Yes, sir.
Jason, it's
Yes,
me.
sir. Yes,
The squish.
it's the squish.
I've been mounted and stuffed, Jason.
No, don't stuff the squish. Oh no, no.
Yep.
No, the squish will never die.
The squish is dead.
No, the squish will never die. You know this of the squish, Carl.
No.
See, I thought about stopping doing the squish because it makes me sad to think that one day I'll be gone and he'll be dead too.
Jeez, oh man.
Fuck.
This took a dark turn.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Way to go, Plegel.
You're welcome.
No, but anyway, like, okay, yeah, that might look. I got like drawings and stuff, but I have all my Absolute Book 1 stuff over there. I got my comic boxes stacked up there with open boxes of CG stuff. My bed's a made towel. My room is chaotic. It just happens to look okay because I got my art table and some drawings up.
Still much cooler than mine.
Okay.
Shopping bags and shit.
Hey, look at that.
Messy that is.
He's got short boxes.
Yeah.
The whole gig.
Yeah, I got more under my desk.
I only have one under my desk.
Yeah. Alex Ross print, signed and numbered.
Nice.
Yeah. There we go. There's my beautiful visage. Slightly skewed. There we go.
Wallpaper's nice. Well, you got paneling. I got this crappy old 50s wallpaper.
Yeah, I got the 1960s, 70s paneling going on.
That's cool.
Yeah. Plegel, what's up, man? What are you doing? Oh, we have somebody else up in here.
Yeah.
You know why this person is here? This person is only here because Plegel is here. I don't know if I should let him in now. I mean, I feel really
technically we're both here because you guys were here because we were listening to you guys in a back room while we were working on Goblin Girl. And, I said, hey, I'm like, Jason's not like me. He's not going to go on for like a 10-hour stream. We could just pop in there for a little bit.
I'm ending it now.
Oh, I'm on. Holy shit. I'm sitting here looking. I was like, I wonder when they're going to pop me into the thingy. Like, wait, now why is Chubb black? I mean,
what?
Maybe
I don't know. He was,
but I mean, why is
it
his
was
brain dark?
It was the same thing for me, Billy, when I first popped in. Just have to give it a minute. I don't know what it is. It's like the system's jogging.
He's not. He's right there.
Okay.
No, but when I first came in, it was a black screen. I couldn't even see him.
Weird.
No, yes. When you popped in with me, you were fine, Chubb.
Weird.
But then we had that weird bit happen where, like, I was frozen, but you were frozen, but none of us were frozen. It was really weird.
It's really from a Mac. I don't know how these things work. It's like the weirdest thing is I don't need earphones for it, and I don't need a microphone. I just talk to the screen.
Yeah, but that's nice.
It's weird. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, but weird things happen. It's technology.
There it
I don't
goes.
understand.
There it goes. Well, thank you for having me and inviting me on, Jason. Chubb, it's
Yeah, you're welcome. See you later. No, you were saying, Billy.
I think this is only the second time me and Chubb have been on stream together. The first time was that what was it, like the dating show we did or something on Mark's show? Oh, I forgot what that was. It wasn't. Yeah, no, it was the Bachelorette.
Yeah,
we did the Bachelorette.
Yeah. That's it. That was a good show. That was Jan's bachelor.
Yeah, because it was his bachelor party. Right.
Oh,
It was fun and also
know.
slightly painful.
Yeah, he didn't know this was going to happen. He prepared a whole different show, so he wasted hours of his time for a show we weren't even going to do.
Yeah, he had show notes. He like planned on everything, and then like he showed up when we got there. We're like, "Hey, we're gonna waste your time for 2 hours." Like he's like, "Oh, great."
Good friends.
Yeah, I don't get to see the UK streams too much because of how my work schedule, so I always miss them.
I catch him. I saw Chubb's launch stream. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, cool.
I didn't even know you had launched like until I saw you on Red Valkyrie. I'm like, what? So I was like, I gotta back the featured tier right away. So
yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's been busy. But that's the thing. You can't be omnipresent. Every attempt at I think like IndieCron is pretty good. For putting stuff on. But how many people keep abreast of that? It's like almost like you need like a morning show. You need like a breakfast show or something.
Yeah,
like a news thing for the entire movement. That would be great. But who does that?
It's almost like if someone like was doing a CG like news show, like if there was like a weekly
there is somebody who does that.
CG news show that like I don't know they could call it what would be a cool name, Jason? Like I don't know someone like if there was like a fictitious person maybe called like say Dark Gift Comics or something like that. And then he did like a weekly news show where it was like CG like news. And then, you could maybe make it lighthearted and like put like little like commercial spots. Like I don't know, like crazy things like Piper's Wolf Milk or something. If only we could get a show like that to keep us all informed. That would be
great.
Super great.
One thing I would do though is probably change the moniker of Dark Gift Comics. It's kind of lame.
Yeah.
I might want to change that, but the rest of that is a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, talking about Dark Gift's got a great name.
Who?
Call him like call it like Comics Daily with Ron Burgundy or something.
There you go. I would watch that. We had Ron Burgundy do it. I would watch it. You know who Ron Burgundy is, Chubb? Have you seen Anchorman?
No.
Okay.
But I imagine we totally lost Carl. With like solid, like really solid, immovable hair. A nice sort of light baby blue suit and a red tie.
You got it.
You're close. You're close.
It's a Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Okay, there
Ferrell
we go.
Movie about.
I was picturing Will Ferrell in a suit anyway.
Right. So, yeah. With the killer stash.
Yeah.
He just lives in England, right? He doesn't live in a cave.
Right.
I don't watch TV. I might as well live in a bloody cave.
I ask Hockey lots of things. Hockey hasn't seen a lot of things.
I've never been to England. I just figure I would get off the plane and everybody would be running around like it's 20 AD / Clockwork Orange.
Right. See, Billy's in the same mindset I am.
It's
so
like
I don't
mega
know.
cities, dudes dressed all white with cod pieces, with top hats and shit.
Yeah, it's pure anarchy.
Machine guns.
Walking around in Guy Forbes masks. I don't know what goes on.
Machine guns. I wish we had.
Hey, Devil Flyer, what's up?
In the same way that as soon as you get to America, like you step off the plane and there's people just surfing while they're like roping cows.
Yeah, and cooking cheeseburgers.
That's totally what we do here in California.
You mean there isn't?
It's pretty close.
Yeah. Too bad we don't have Frog G in the chat.
No,
no, he's
really happy though just about your book launching. It is weird. Like I don't know what it is. Like, and I know you guys probably talk about it all the time. It's just like our two groups because of the time gap and like when books get launched, there's still like this like slight disconnect of like letting each group know when that's like happening, even though we all like hang out and talk and we're on like social medias together. Like I see the same thing happening. Like people from CG UK will be like, oh my gosh, like that book, such and such book launch. It's like, yeah, they just launched like 2 days ago. Or like,
it's the live appeal. People are more inclined to watch things live because of the interaction.
Right.
Yeah.
So they prioritize those and they don't watch things on replay as much. And that's probably why. So the bigger the time difference, the less the communication.
Well, I think it's up to the bigger, like, if you look at, to me, the ones that Michael Bancroft and Red Valkyrie, I think those are like the, kind of like the main launch, like, promotional streams. So once somebody's on Bancrofts, I think it hits a lot of people, and they're like, "Oh, this is actually live now. I can back it." You know, like I said, I saw you first on RV, so I didn't even know you had launched. So yeah, and the bigger channels it's nice to launch on, but it's just harder to get on them.
Well, and the other thing I think is like I know some smaller creators have justified. They're like, well, I'm not going to go into in demand at all because I need to know exactly how many books I need to print so they can get them actually printed right. I'm
like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right. I'm like, for the crowd that's like making around like 50K and lower, like it behooves us to like stay in demand for like as long as possible.
Because I stayed in demand until I was told you've got to close that thing down if you're going to want to start another.
That's what I mean. I got your first book because you were still in demand. Like when I heard about it, you know, like I would have missed out if you hadn't been in demand. So I was very grateful for that. And like
I'm very grateful for that.
Well, I mean, and because it was like after your main fulfillment push or whatever, it was just like in demand books, you get them like, I mean, like I think I had it at my house like within 10 days or some shit like that. I was like, holy crap, like it's already here.
Exactly.
Same thing happened to me like when I backed Chrono Mechanics, like 6 months after it had already closed. I got it like within a week. And it's like it's But I know I've heard different creators all like give all these different reasonings of why they want to close down. They're like, I'm just like, man, no, like you're gonna pick up so many people after the fact.
But also you get another bump when it's like, okay, I've just received a pallet full of books, you know, at my house, and you just take the pitch. Then people start paying attention, and when people start receiving their books too, you get another big bump. And people start doing video reviews about it, start talking about it again. Then you get a complete resurgence in interest in your project,
right?
And that is enough reason to keep it open on in demand. Definitely.
Yeah. I had my campaign open a little bit after I shipped out the last book, so like people had it in their hands well before I closed it. So. It pretty much was at a dead still, and I'm like, it was like a week. I didn't get it back, or I'm like, I'm closing it. And I did let people know though. I'm like, I'm going to close this campaign on this day, so get on it. So yeah, but it's got to close eventually.
Yeah, definitely. But the argument that they want to know exactly how many books and stuff. Look, you have to overprint anyway because some books are going to get damaged. They're going to go missing.
Lost.
And you want to keep some, you want to give some away for promotional. You're always going to need more books. So and it's cheap as chips to print an extra 1,000 books because those economies of scale are going to work in your favor. You can afford. It's just the storage at the end of the day. I've got a few boxes of books I still need to get rid of, but we'll find a plan.
Right. And also, like, actually, the overprint, you got conventions, maybe, you get auctions. You can even sell, like, a first printing and, charge a little more if it's out of print. So, it's good to overprint and have a little bit more. You don't want to totally just be like, there are certain things, like the variant for Absolute 2, it's pretty much print to order. Like, I'll have a little bit more for damages and stuff, but everything will get burned once everything's copacetic. So that is print to order because it makes it more exclusive. With the regular cover, there'll be probably a little bit of an overprint. So yeah.
Exactly. I'm taking the same approach. The variant cover is going to be. I'm not going to overprint as much on that at all. It's going to be the main cover. Yeah, then I'm going to get stock of that. And the rest is just going to be as much as I need with a reasonable percentage uplift for things that are lost and damaged.
This is like, I mean, fuck. Every time I go through and I look at your shit, I don't mean to call it shit. I get excited. Like, this is like the most punk rock fucking book that's like in our scene.
Yeah,
right
dude.
Now. It's so fucking punk, dude. I love it so much.
Yeah, that's why I love it.
This book is
fantastic. He's talking about my book, of course.
Right?
Yeah. Everyone knows that. I mean, come on.
So, I forget the original page count, but like, how much bigger is this project than the last one?
The previous one was 2 books of 24 pages.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be 72 of comics, but then it's still going to have some padding, so it's probably going to be about 74.
Yeah, so you've like over doubled what you did last time.
Over double.
Wow, that's
because people were saying it's too. The last one was too short, so I thought, okay, I'll give you what you want.
I'll give you what you need.
Listen to your supporters.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think because like remember right after I read it, I messaged you even though I didn't even know you, and I was just like, wow, this was a really great comic, you know, like, and to me, like, it part of like what made it great wasn't just the art, was like your pacing was like spot on, and like to me that's like one of the make or break it of a comic. Like I don't care if a comic has a super high word count or a super short word count, but to me it's like the pacing on a whole has to feel right, you know, like, and you can get away with that even though like people are like, oh, there's too many bubbles. I'm like, too many word bubbles doesn't mean bad pacing. It just means that they had to do something, like, you know, during that portion. Doesn't mean it can mess with, I mean, it can, but it can't. But like your book like nailed so much. Like if people said that it was too short, like I was just like, man, these I thought they were like too perfectly like told story like books, if anything, you know. It's like maybe they were short, but I don't think that they needed to be longer.
Well, the other thing
like
is
what you were trying to tell.
Not only that is like, of course, it's too short though because we wanted more. You know what I mean? It's like anything's too short when you want more of it. So,
I mean,
yeah,
maybe a third. There could have been a third 22-page issue.
Maybe a third. You could have just given us a little bit, pal. Come on, we ain't asking much.
That's the cover I backed right there, like that cathedral.
I saw that. I remember that you backed it.
Yeah.
I saw Billy's back.
Well, I'm such a background whore. Like I love people that can draw really compelling, like stylistic environments. And yeah, you're
that's like Gerhard from like Cerebus, like level background stuff.
You're so good.
Yeah. I love that. That's something I've wanted to do, like the more cartoony kind of characters with these in a serious environment.
Yeah, it's great stuff, man. I back the featured tier, Billy. The main thing, you know, I get everything. All right
on.
You should step up the game, Billy. No, I don't want to hear your excuses. That's fine.
The logger tier, dude.
I want to see the digital receipts.
You look at his tiers, and it's still like one. Like not only is it like a bunch of great comics, but like your prices are crazy low, dude.
Yeah,
they're not low. I'm like, I feel like, you know, I'm spending a lot of money for my bloody amateur comic.
For my amateur, this is not amateur. This is professional level stuff.
Yeah, it's not amateur hour at all.
Yeah,
I mean, it feels a little low to me. Like, I mean, if maybe only by like 10 or 15%, I feel like you might be undercutting yourself. Like,
well, they can always tip him.
Yeah, it's 20%.
I mean, like
20% tip.
I mean, I'm just telling you as a fellow creator and fan, like I would be willing to pay $30, not $25 for this book. Like, so that's like what? That's like 10% or something more. You know, like I feel
like there's some fans somewhere screaming, "Shut the fuck up, Billy!"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
California, it's amazing. Well, I mean, $30 for 70 some odd pages. That's pretty awesome. You know,
it is awesome. Yeah,
you know, and you're getting it for 25. That's like really awesome.
But at the same time, that like Plegel's saying, that extra $5 could have turned away some people. How dare you? I was just talking to him. And he leaves. Shows him the disrespect.
Who left?
Billy. I was talking to Billy, and he's like, "I'm leaving," and he just jumped out. He left.
He probably went to go grab his copies,
or he just didn't want to hear what I had to say. It's like, screw
There's
Jason.
Probably that too. Yeah, I do that a lot.
Think that's what I know you do, and it's at least I know you though, Billy. I'm offended. Carl wouldn't do that to me.
I can't. People are sleeping. I make it.
I would if I could, but I just can't.
What does Dark Gift say? It says, "I'm taking notes for the next episode of CGN."
Confiscate News.
It's I just launched Mary Boy's Beefheads, a collection of Mary Boy stories.
This is what I'm showing right now, Anthony. Put the joint down and pay attention, pal. All right.
Ooh, this looks good. Whose book is this?
You ask around. I mean, and this is why I bought this book last year. Was like I heard from people. They're like, and it's weird. It's weird coming in having no history on a project, and then people just kind of dropping it on you like, oh yeah, that was my book of 2020. I was like, wait, this book from this black and white book from the UK that like I haven't really heard anything about was your book of 2020. They're like, oh yeah, without a doubt. And I like heard it from like three people. I don't like to like. I don't want to put anyone on blast. But, like I heard
Comic
no,
Mark said it 3 times.
no. These were all Yankees, man. Like three colonists over here all said that was my book of 2020. When I heard it the third time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go buy that book like right now. And I was like, wow, like you guys weren't wrong. This was like a really, really good book. California is amazing. Like weed delivery comes faster than food delivery.
Weed delivery. Oh yeah, you're in the States. That's not illegal there.
Just comes in a bag. Guy, there's my receipt.
I get arrested for that.
I go to a website and just go to a drop-down box and pick out what I want, and then a guy comes and delivers it for me.
That would make my kidney reject.
Did you know the UK is the biggest grower of weed in the entire, well, when it was European Economic Area, but it's illegal here. And so they just export it to places like Amsterdam and the other countries where it is legal.
But it's legal to grow it
by the government. The government's got to give contracts to certain companies. We also manufacture an insane amount of arms, you know, weapons.
Right. I think that's but we never did that. We never allowed farmers to grow it, and then we exported it just to gain the money. That's pretty smart. That's pretty clever.
It's like all the weed, all the guns you could want. the plebs on.
I'm surprised that you wait. So there's no country in the UK that like has legalized marijuana.
No.
Wow, that's surprising.
I live in a very liberal city where if they catch you with it, they're not going to give you. You're not going to get a record, but you will have to go to some re-education program.
Right.
You know, where you have to say you're sorry and do little course on how drugs rot your brains.
That's so shame.
What happens is you end up meeting other people to buy drugs from in that class. I mean, so I've heard.
That's what I've been told. I don't know.
I've never been implicated in any of that stuff, but if I were, hopefully it'll be legalized one of these days.
I can't, mainly because it's bad for my transplant.
It makes it easy for like as you get older and you don't want to like do the whole like go over somebody's house to buy weed thing anymore. You know, like like the whole having a friendship with someone just because you buy weed from them. You know, it's like, it cuts that whole social interaction out of your life, and you wouldn't believe like how much. Just even honestly, that was the most stressful part of being a weed smoker, was having to be friends with people that sold weed.
Lost a few friends through legalization. We don't hear from Billy anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, exactly. Never hear from Billy anymore. It's like, yeah, because Billy's got a delivery guy now, and I don't like have to hang out.
Doesn't need us anymore.
A lot of people out of business. This legalization stuff. Yeah, you know.
People just
get a job. I sell my organs to some Brazilians to make their ends meet. But you know what's the weird thing about the UK too is you get these massive down in the center of town. There is this. It's the size of a shopping center. It's a seed bank where you can buy every single variety of weed seed possible. But officially, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to let it germinate because that's illegal. You can buy it, you can trade in it, and whatever. As long as you keep it and you look at it and you don't do anything with it.
That is the way. So you can buy the seeds.
The seeds. They're not illegal. Just don't go.
That sounds like some Japanese hentai shit where it's just like you can show whatever you want, just not like pubic hair. You're like, wait, what?
It's not no feet. Yeah.
Right, no feet. Here's poppy seed, seeds so that you can grow your own opium. But but you're not allowed to actually grow it. But here's the seeds. As long as you just keep the opium seeds in a little seed container and don't grow yourself any heroin, you're safe. But you can buy the seeds all you want. Do they sell heroin seed or poppy seeds too? I'm just curious now. I'm just joking about that.
So you can buy poppy seeds, yeah. I don't know, but the thing is, but they're dead, so you can use them in baking and stuff.
Okay.
They're roasted, so you can't just go planting and make like an Afghan heroin fucking.
That are currently fulfilling. I don't know of any that are currently fulfilling. I'm sure there are.
Hang on, Coming Mark.
Coming Mark. It's not Daredevil. Yeah. I just got it.
Yeah.
Fiendish. Fiendish is in fulfillment.
Fiendish black and white only.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, I have I back black and white and the colored one, but she shipped me the black and white anyway, even though I didn't ask.
Oh,
so
ouch!
I'm hoping to get the colored one. I got to hit her up.
I think you will, because I'm pretty sure Dan bought both versions and he got his black and white.
I didn't get
did you?
mine.
No,
Nope.
you didn't. Oh,
Maybe she just likes me more.
That's what I'm saying. I
That
think she
makes
likes
sense.
Jason more.
that makes sense. That's
It does make sense. I'm a handsome man. I can't help it. You know?
100%.
100%. You know, I can't. The Kavorka is strong with me. I can't control it. Okay. It automatically
Dude, the
emits
first
like a
picture
musk.
I ever saw of you was like standing in a doorway, like all mad dog and shit, like showing off, like I think like your like graveyard shift cap or something, or all caps like beanie or some beanie. I was like, damn, that guy looks like he works at Roadhouse.
No, I had a beanie on, but I think it was probably either the Shane Davis's Men of Pleasure shirt or the Cyberfrog shirt or something like that. But I wear beanies. I have a Pantera one.
You look like you were ready. Like I said, like you look like you had just like retired after 20 years of working at Roadhouse.
Thanks, man.
Like, damn, that guy looks fucking manly as fuck.
Yeah. I'm a teddy bear though, man. I'm a teddy bear. What's up, Wolverine? Yeah, I'm a sweetie. My friend just threatens. She's like, "I'll tell everybody you're a sweetheart." I'm like, everybody knows I'm a sweetheart. I just happen to look like I'm a biker. It's not my fault. In the winter, it gets cold up here. I got to grow out the beard.
Me too. I'm the opposite. I mean, I look like a kid, but I'm really
too. Well, yeah, you served, so I'm sure you've had training.
I'm a big soft. Like, I'm a big soft.
Yeah, but you know how to take care of yourself, right? Like if you're in a scuffle. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't. So.
Call the police.
I'm
right?
a parent too.
Yeah, call the police. Have enough money on your phone, and you call the police.
You call the police. You run away. You call the police. Yeah.
That.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I only run when chased. Not for exercise.
I used to do a little bit on the treadmills when I went to the gym, but I haven't. I usually I do weights mainly. I haven't been in the gym in a while, but I still have weights in the garage. I pick up heavy things so I could pick up heavy things. That's about it. I don't really eat well, so it doesn't look like I'm in shape at all. So, yeah.
I did it. How far is this in miles? It must be about 6 miles. 10 kilometers, about 6.5 miles or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mud run. Where they got this 4x4 testing site where it's just uphill and downhill, and it's just pools of mud and crap, and it's 10 kilometers long, and you got to run through that. And I did that Sunday, and that was hell.
Wow.
And
I want to Devil Flare. Do you mean the comic? I can't, dude. It's somewhere over there. I don't know where it is. It's over there though. I could bring it up if you want me to bring up the campaign.
Bring up the campaign, yeah.
I'll bring up the campaign. Oh, what's that, Billy?
Chubb, did you do a variant for It's Not Daredevil? Or no?
No, not me. It was Jim. I love Pigeon. He did one.
Inkspots did one coloring on it, I think.
Speaking of which, what is your
spelled it wrong.
What is your stance on doing variant covers for other people's projects?
I've done stuff. I guess Charlie's was a variant cover. Charlie's London's cover,
right?
It's the one I think that's the one I got. I think.
And I did. Yeah, Charlie will be fulfilling. Yes, that's the other. I was thinking that's the obvious one. Charlie will be fulfilling very, very soon. They've got their comics in, so I'm actually really looking forward to that.
It's Not Daredevil. I'm not Daredevil or not Daredevil. Yeah.
And I did a pinup for Area Black, but that's obviously not a variant. But yeah, I'm not against. It's just time. Yeah, I love doing stuff for other people, and I did something for John. I did a pinup for John Malin too.
Ooh, nice.
That swimsuit edition.
Yeah.
You were in the First Visions book.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
I didn't submit anything to that because I'm afraid.
I've been curious on who's in that book because I know there's like 32 pages of pinups in it, but I think I only know of like maybe 5. So I've been really curious to see, like, knowing that you have one in there. That's cool to know. And
I know a few.
And I wasn't sure if you were just too busy to do variant covers, and that's why I hadn't seen you do more. But like, I feel like I I want to find somebody to throw some work at you.
Okay, yeah. It's just finding the time. I've done a bunch.
I mean, maybe not a variant, but I'd like to see you do something on Frog G when it comes up, man. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
I'll hit you up. Yeah. I want to get great talent on Frog G. So, yeah. And we have a great colorist like Ink Spots to do it. So I don't know anyone else that colors. So
Ink Spots is the best.
Ink Spots is the best. Yeah.
Look at it right there. There's action right there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, this is okay. Whatever. I've seen better by Billy, but you know.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
No, yeah, I have this one. I like ribbon on ink about it. But yeah, but this is on I'm not Daredevil, Double Flyer. So yeah, back it, man.
Look at those clouds in the background that aren't from a photo from Google.
Billy's on a photo tear lately.
I know. I gotta stop doing that. I know.
It's like, whoa! It's like he actually used his like, you know, hand to like make clouds, just like that. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I mean, well, I mean, I could have just gone to Shutterstock and got some clouds or whatever, or like a swamp, or like, I don't know, or like fire, because like even though like I don't know, you know,
I will say,
who's got time to color backgrounds?
I will say this shouldn't be an official like CG campaign. The clouds are not in front of the moon. There's no clouds in front of the moon, or behind the moon. I mean, clouds behind the moon. For this to be an official CG book. You know?
I am sorry. Call me what you will, but like I have a super high aversion to this cover.
You don't like that cover? No. What? What's wrong with this cover?
It's just
makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
It does. It's
What? What's wrong with this? You don't like it?
I mean, it makes my feet hurt. You know, wearing heels like that all day out in the graveyard. I mean,
ooh la la. Ooh la la.
It makes me afraid. Look, there's a hand coming out of the ground. You know.
Whose art is that?
I don't know.
I think it's the look in their eyes.
Captain Friga that drew that.
Okay, I can't really see the too well. I don't have my glasses on. It's too blurry. But I don't know. I like
that that warm bounce light coming from the back around the back of the quad area and the ass. That's right, nice.
Here. I'm not even looking there.
All right, I'll go past that.
I'm not even looking there.
Yeah, there you go.
You're a communist. No, you.
There's a nice little butt shot. Yeah. I got all the covers.
Oh, look, the one that's not facing us looks like it's Captain Marvel in the costume with a butt like that.
Jeez. I think she's been working on her butt.
I lied too. I mean, for a blonde girl, she's actually pretty cute.
She's okay. I mean, I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
Everything, you know?
Yeah. That's what it is.
That's the cover I like. The band one. With the Nazi.
This one.
Yeah, I think they even did a time lapse talk with him doing that cover. It was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got swastikas and
he had to block them out because
go 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 go.
Oh, that's good. It's clever.
Yeah, they're go circles now. They're awesome.
Everybody, go back it. Why not?
He should have made little stickers with him just like looking,
Which is the featured tier?
Bobby Mark is a comic
book
character. At the end of the day, he's literally selling himself. And I'm not talking about his Comi Lolita stint the other day, where he dresses as a woman and sells his body. I'm talking about, he sells his character.
Yeah, he's a character. He's funny, dude. I would I would love to watch more of his streams, but I just never can. He's always
like the communist version of like.
Hey, Pastor Mr. Dan, what's up? Sorry. Communist version of what?
I can't think now.
How dare you, Billy? You ruined this whole stream. That's it. Yeah. I'm ending it. I can't take this anymore.
I'm gonna go to sleep anyway. It's already quiet.
No, dude, I appreciate you coming in, man. I'm happy you could. I'm actually off of work, so this probably wouldn't have happened otherwise. But yeah,
He's
so
like the communist version of Andrew Dice Clay.
that took a while to get there.
It was almost there.
It was there. It
landed so much better at that with the pause.
All right, Carl, man. Have a good one. Thank you for stopping by.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah, it was a good chat. It was nice. It was just
we ain't going anywhere, Billy.
Yeah, no. I'm saying thank you to the chat. Thank you, Chubb.
What's going on? What did I
miss? Chubb's just leaving, man.
What?
Yeah, you were gone the whole time. I don't know what to tell you.
I wasn't gone that long. I just stepped away for a second.
That's what you get.
Yep.
He's offended because of it. That's why he's leaving. He even said, Plegel's not here. I'm out.
Yeah, man.
No, he's got to go to bed.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers, guys.
See you, mate.
Later, man.
Yeah.
Take care.
Later. Have a good night.
Have fun.
That was cool. Glad he got to come in. I'm glad you saved that for after he left.
I would love to see his.
Of course.
I would love to see his take on Goblin Girl. I think it would probably.
That would be great.
I knew that's what you were pining at, Billy. I could hear it in your voice.
I already. Hey, man. I'm trying to limit variant covers. So yeah, that's why I was like, hey, man, Frog G. So I locked it in. But I would like to see a cover of his.
Now I want to see, just because there's not really many like hot chicks in Mary Boys. You know, it's just not the story for that. I'm curious to see the pinup he did for Visions.
Well, he even said earlier in the stream that he has to work on drawing the ladies, and I even admitted I do too. So, so I think it would be actually good for him to do a Goblin Girl piece.
Or I mean, just because it's like he does a good black and white gray tone style, I would like to see him do either one of Dan's characters or Matt Barr's characters, just because those are my like two buddies that I know that like excel in that same technique, you know?
Yeah.
Even though the styles may be different. Like,
but see, that's the thing. Like I would, because of their styles. That's why I want them like on campaigns that I do, because they're recognizable styles and they're different. It's and I know I get flack for this, but the traditional comic style, and there is one, like
house style,
kind of,
Western,
it's a house style,
Western house style.
Yeah, it's still in CG too, but you go outside the norm with people like Chubb and Plegel and Bar, and I like those guys, or in Chubbs. I'd like those guys to be on a book.
Well, dude, it's exactly why when I first came to the CG space, all the books I was drawn to, I called it the Dark Horse shelf. Yeah. Because I remember when I was in my teens, like kind of discovering Eclipse and Studio Proteus and Malibu and Dark Horse Comics, and they were on that other shelf that wasn't the Marvel DC shelf, Mm-hmm. And it was like the same shelf that was like Ninja Turtles were on and shit. And it was just like all these other comics that were like with just as good world-class art, but just in a completely different creative space than like what was happening on the main shelves. You know?
Like ours was like we had like the one side like Marvel, DC, and then like on the other side, like in the middle, it was like hidden away,
Cerberus and like ElfQuest and fucking
the more untraditionalized art forms,
right, man.
The more voice in a way,
and people willing to push a story further and maybe into a space that like the corporate space can't.
What up, Phil?
Can't pull off. Hey, Phil. I mean, yeah.
we had Chubb in here too. You just missed them. Yeah.
I almost
missed it by that much.
I mean, I actually am not too much longer because I do have to cook dinner soon. But I was doing a layout. Actually, I started the layout way late because Carl and I were talking, and it was really good conversation.
It was great. And then me and Billy popped in, and it just tanked.
Totally went downhill the second Billy came in, but it is what it is. Just talk about weed and heroin. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to tell everybody that's watching, if they don't follow me and Dan on Twitter, it may behoove you to, because in this next 2 weeks we're going to start dropping little
Billy's
little
dropping
snippets.
Why can't they follow me too, Billy?
Well, I would assume they're here and they're already following.
But maybe
you
they're not
because
following me on Twitter. They might be following me on YouTube, though.
Okay.
You could give Jason an exclusive.
Why not you give me a shout out, Billy? Why do you hate
here?
me so much? I don't understand why you loathe my existence.
So we're gonna be dropping little sneak peeks of
plug in Goblin Girl. Go.
Of Goblin Girl over the next 2 weeks.
You could drop a sneak peek with Jason right now, couldn't you?
No. You really don't have to. It's okay.
Yeah, sure, we can
I mean, I'm not going to be mad if you do it, but you don't have to. There's 7 people. It's not like you're going to get 400 eyes on it.
Exactly. So just 7 people.
Right.
It's not like
like
a huge.
Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. There you go.
What?
I forgot the banner.
Like I'm not showing full pages yet. So
No.
Why not?
Because we're not showing full pages. We're only.
This
showing
is
partial.
Jason.
We're only.
He's our friend.
We're only showing partial pages.
By the way, everyone, if you sign up on the mailing list while you still can, you get an exclusive print by me. So
here's
give Jason a good picture.
Yeah, I'm giving him 2/3 of a page right here.
Show him something good. 2/3.
Hey, one of the mods, drop the link for Goblin Girl. Come on now. I mean, the link is in the description below. At least it should be. I hope it's the right link.
So here's the first public showing of like one of the
there it is.
From Goblin Girl.
I mean, embiggen.
It's fire, friend.
Look at that. That's sexy.
So this is the caliber of art that you're gonna see, like that Dan has so lovingly crafted, and I'm like coming back in and laying some of my flavor onto. You guys are gonna really love this book. It's gorgeous.
That looks beautiful, man.
Billy's destroying it.
In a good way. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it's definitely a good team.
Yep. So we got this dragon in panel 1 coming in and just laying freaking waste to this whole civilization here, and we got this king here in the foreground, and he's just been utterly melted by that dragon like instantly, but his sword is so powerful it's still prevailing, and we have passage of time and crazy shields and gems and all kinds of shit like happening. Like you guys, this is
in short,
high
it
adventure.
looks great. Billy's a terrible storyteller.
High adventure.
Phil, how can you be a day 1 backer when it hasn't launched yet?
Yeah. We'll be showing more little bits and pieces as like the next 2 weeks like keep like gearing up. So keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled.
And sign up for the mailing list still. You can still sign up. Link should be in the description below.
You get a special Jason bonus on sign up, friend.
You do. I'm actually going to work more into it. I'm not pleased with some of it, but yeah.
You're going to get extra for your sign up pleasure.
Or what I could do, but you don't work traditionally. I could omit some parts, send it to you, Plegel.
Well, I mean, and
have you work something in it.
Officially today too. I think today was the official announcement of the full creative team. So it's going to be right on the cover. You'll see it'll say, or not, maybe not on the cover, but like on the credits, it'll say Plegel Basco Bar. So it's
there you go.
You'll see it on the campaign as well.
Yep, it'll be us. The first time us 3 working together with Dan on creation, writing, pencils and inks, and me on colors, and then Matt Barr as our letterist.
Very nice.
There's
the sign up.
Who knew?
Right there. Who knew? Billy knew.
I sort of knew.
Yeah. Plegel had a slight inclination. Oh, there's 2 links right there. One there and one there. So you have plenty of links to sign up for Goblin Girl while you can, friend.
Linkish.
Basco Bar. Get ready for it.
Billy Basco Bar. Yeah, I know. They're all gone, man. They sold out.
Shipping
awesome.
to you. And
yeah, the sketch cards I did for Lost Pages sold day 1. That was pretty awesome. I was happy about that. I was a little worried because the silhouette one was really good, and the other 2 were really good, but they just weren't as full. Like the cards weren't as full. So I was very happy.
Yeah, I hear even we have another creative rising from the chats to do some cards as well. I've heard rumblings that There may be an Australian that did some sketch cards that we might get to see.
Michael
Hockey?
Bancroft?
Hockey?
Who's to say?
I think it's hockey.
Is it hockey?
It's hockey.
We could not be that lucky.
Because Bancroft isn't in my chat. Hockey was in my chat.
Who's to say?
Why are you sorry, Wise Guys? Shut your mouth. I got to get back on Wise Guys.
Any books of that we know that are closing? Yes, Arc Athena closes, I believe, in 48 hours.
Are you serious?
Yes.
He just launched it.
He's only going 30 days. He's
Oh.
not going in,
days,
and
man.
is not going in demand. So if you are thinking about Eric Canetti's Arc Athena,
I
get on the motherfucking train and join hashtag Arc Athena Army.
Day one.
Especially if you want that Billy Basco variant cover.
Right. God damn, I wish.
I got it. I got it. I don't know what you're talking about. I got it. Coming to me.
Yep. I know that one's coming to an end. What do you call Godlike already ended, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolute
Godlike
Book 2
ended.
closes tomorrow.
Absolute closes?
Closes tomorrow. So you might want to back it today.
Oh, Absolute Book 2. I'm glad I got mine.
I'm just joking. It's not closing tomorrow.
Oh.
It's not closing?
No. It'll close in a week.
Oh, I was hoping I was going to get my book.
No. The campaign is closing. I'm not shipping anything.
Damn it.
Ever. Yeah.
Crap.
Oh, that's what you get for backing. I'm just going to ship it to Double Flyer. That's it. And Shadowhawk. And whoever else is in the chat that backed it, obviously. Everyone but the panel. That's what I'm getting at. I'm going to ship it to everyone but the panel.
I see that Dark Gift is kind of like doing his Lois Lane investigative reporting to collect some shit for his news show. But I want to no. This is my suggestion to Anthony. If he wants to bring back Comicsgate News, these are my two big suggestions. Make it as easy as possible on yourself with as few edits in it, so that it doesn't become a burden producing the actual show, and make sure that it's weekly and it comes out the same day every time, because then you'll get people used to being on a rhythm of your videos coming out. And it's even if you only put out one show a week, people will show up for that one show a week if they know what day it's on and like roughly like what time it's going to come out.
And maybe get some on-scene reporters.
Consistency and less editing.
Yeah. Well, he had I sent him the link, but he didn't click it, so his loss. But
because I liked the show, but I know that he would like edit in the cool Piper commercials and stuff like that, but all that stuff is like extra work that you have to do each week that like will become cumbersome, like you want to just make it just literally that if you sitting in front of a green screen and almost being able to just read out like the cool news and then wham bam done. I think that he would actually get a pretty good following from that.
Yeah.
It's like that's why I tuned in for the news. Like I'm a straight news guy.
Straight into the news. He likes the news. What's this? There's stuff in here. Private chat. Who's messaging in the I don't pay attention to that. Come on.
Is there someone in the private chat?
There's messages in the private chat. I don't look at that. You want to say something? You say it to my face.
Who's in the private chat?
I don't know. There's 2 messages in the private chat.
Why don't you read them?
I can't read.
I only see
it's all grayed out.
Me, it says hello.
Why are you typing in the private chat, Billy?
Because you hadn't let me in yet.
Billy, I don't read the private chat.
But you're in here now, Billy. Why
I
would
don't
you
understand.
do that?
Why would you do that? Surreal. I don't understand it.
Jesus Christ.
He did get a green screen and he kept it shorter because he brought it back on Monday. He said.
What did he bring back on Monday?
I guess I missed it.
Yeah, just brought back season 2 on Monday is what he said.
Wait a minute, what's back on Monday?
Dark Gift News, the CG News.
Oh, he's doing news now.
He's done it. He's been doing it.
He is?
Yeah,
he did have a news show at one point, and then he
Oh, I
stopped doing
didn't
it.
realize he had a news show. I knew he did karaoke.
Yeah, he did a recorded news show. Yeah,
recorded news show.
Yeah,
I always watch.
Actually smart.
I always watch the karaoke because it's really great. He's actually getting out there talking about how Dennis Leary stole his voice from him. I appreciate that.
I can see it.
He's standing up for his colloquialisms.
He says, "What day is Absolute 2 closing, Jason?"
Yeah, Jason.
Absolute Book 2 is closing probably in February or March, maybe. The ship date is January. So
I thought you just said it was closing in a week.
why does anyone take me seriously? I don't understand life.
Because
Jason, we trust you.
No. You can trust me, just don't take me seriously. It makes sense. Trust me. But probably like because after shipping, if it comes to a dead stop, like after I ship it, then I'd close it. But ship date's January. I don't close it till after I ship out the last book.
yeah, man, you cultivated this trust with us, and then
And you do trust me.
and then you turn on us with it.
I didn't turn on anyone. You take me seriously. That's not my fault.
You turned on us, Jason.
I didn't turn on anyone. The trust is there, and trust that I'm never serious. See?
See how that works?
See how that works?
That's science.
It is, man. It's totally logical in an illogical way.
It's scientific.
It's organized chaos at its finest, and that's what I specialize in. Looks like a party. Well, Pops, it is a party. Every day is a party, and welcome, sir. Welcome. It's good to see you. Looking forward to be on your show on Halloween, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to be on Comic-Con, Luke and I, Halloween at 4 in the afternoon. 4 or 4:30.
I'll be at work.
Well, I can't do 6 because trick-or-treaters and my mom will probably taking my nephew around, so I got to hand out the candy and stuff like that. So I help out around here. Yeah.
I just got added to a list.
You did get info. Wait a minute. I just told you when it was ending. That's info. It's not my fault if it's later than what you wanted.
What list has been added?
What list?
I didn't realize that there were things on Twitter called lists,
What?
and someone can just
Yeah.
add you to it.
What kind of a list?
I got
The
added,
Nazis had lists.
I got added to the list called Comicsgate.
You got added to the
And
Nazi
when
list?
you go to it, it says important artists, writers, and fans working to help reshape the face of modern comics. Yeah,
So where does Billy fit in that?
I don't. Well,
It's a good question. We asked the good questions here. We asked the good questions here. I don't know why you guys are laughing. This is a serious matter.
Right? Dan's on point with that shit, dude.
I don't understand.
Like, he called it out. So where do you fit in that? No, it's weird. I just got this weird Twitter notification. It says so and so added you to their list, and then right
Who's
after
so-and-so?
that, it says, Alaric.
Are you invited to a book burning? What's going on, Billy?
I didn't get invited to this book
Added me to a
burning.
list called Comicsgate.
Why didn't I get invited?
I don't know.
So you're officially Comicsgate now? Is that what that means, Billy?
Why am I not officially Comicsgate?
I guess.
I
so.
said I
Are we
was.
supposed to associate with you now, or do we cut you off?
I said I was Comicsgate. Why am I not official?
How does this work?
I don't understand life.
I need to know who to hate. That's what I'm trying to get across.
I'll tell you what. Hate me.
Hate you.
You can hate me. That's one.
I really don't want to hate you, though.
You can if you want, though. That's the thing. You don't have to. I'm just saying you can.
I see.
Right?
You have. I'm allowing it. Is what
You're
I'm saying.
asking a lot of me.
No. I'm not asking you to do it. I'm saying you can do it if you wish.
But that's still asking a lot of me.
No. It's your choice. You have a
What's
choice.
Bill even talking
I
about?
have to decipher decisions.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the chat. I just highlight things to make them feel important. I don't. Do you think I do?
Phil, you're in the group. You know it, dog. Yeah.
What?
I don't know what's happening.
He's in the DM group. He's I don't know why he says he's not.
What is Phil not in?
He's a tough dude, bro, isn't he? Tough dude, isn't that what the?
No. He's
Tough
not.
Tough guys?
Tough
No.
guys.
He's not in that DM group.
Oh.
Nope.
Oops.
Nope.
There's too much promotional going on there, I guess.
No. There's a reason. It's not because of who he is as a person. It's not because of his talent. It's not. I love his stuff. I back his stuff. I'm not done. It's because I know some people who like to share their Twitter to every single DM group. And I don't want that one turning into that. So there's certain people that I like as talent that
Are you
aren't in it.
talking? Are you talking about the Boob Dan art group that I'm not part of anymore?
Why do we got to reveal things? I didn't understand it at
I was
first.
just
I thought we were keeping
curious
it a
if that's the
secret,
group
and
we're talking
then
about.
you go and spill the beans. Then you go and
It's
spill
not
the
a
beans.
secret,
It's a
really.
secret, and now it was. That's it.
Like kidney, pinto, like black eyed, all the beans.
Frog G, you missed Chubbs, dude. We were
Frog
talking you up.
G in the house.
We were talking you up, Frog G. Check out the first, like, I don't know, half hour. 2.5 hours. Oh, wow. This went on a lot longer than I thought. But welcome, Frog G.
So I'm curious. Do you plan on having any?
Bi-curious?
I guess this is giving it away, but okay, I'll just go ahead and ask this. Are you
Ask
going to have any like should people be looking out in the Frog G comic book for like Easter eggs of like, holy shit, look at he's got the fucking Cyber Frog fucking like hardcover on his bookshelf in the background, or oh my god, he's like wearing a oddity shirt from Sweens' frog character. Like, are you gonna like give some nods to the other frog fathers that came before?
Hold on. I got to write these suggestions down. Hold on. These are some good ideas you're tossing at me. Yeah, I kind of thought of stuff like that already.
Yeah, just so you know,
I don't know
like-
if I'm going to do it.
You
I
can
got
tell
to
he's
talk to
sleeping,
spots.
Billy.
Just so more of it's like a friendly nod than like
Well-
having to ask for a cameo or something, you know?
I was going to do like drawing a Frog G with Cyber Frog and sell it at an auction, you know, or something like that. Maybe I was thinking of doing that already. So
I think putting just something in the book though, you know, like maybe like they're watching TV and like salamandroids, like, you know, like on the news or some shit. They're like, you know, a beast in downtown, like rabbit.
well, but if I did that though, that would implicate that he's in the Cyber Frog universe.
You know, they could
Which
just
he's
be watching.
not.
They could be watching HBO Max and watching the Cyber Frog cartoon in an alternate timeline.
Well, but I don't want people thinking otherwise. Like it's different if he's like reading a Cyber Frog comic, like that's different. Or like I might toss in some Easter eggs for Absolute because technically he is in that universe, but not because he was created in that universe, but not. So I could if I wanted. The way I want to do it also is like I can use Frog G and Ink can use Frog G in our books, but if we want to do a solo Frog G comic or whatever TV series, we have to be both in on it. You know what I mean? Like we can't create solo Frog G stuff without the other person. But it's like the Incredible Hulk. Like Marvel can't do an Incredible Hulk movie, but they can use him in other movies.
Right. Well, I mean,
So that's one thing.
I mean, and that's why the original like kind of ideas I gave too was like more recognizing those other frogs as works of fiction in your universe as well. I was just like,
right,
sounds
like
like a lot of foot rubs.
But no, I did think of something like that. I haven't pitched it to Ink yet, whether or not we're going to do it. But I thought of him like reading a Cyber Frog comic, or like you said, having something on his shelf or something.
A fight goes down in his house, and like the villain knocks over his oddity fucking statue. He's like, dude, I spent $110 on that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to write the book, that's fine. I mean, whatever, Billy. You know, I'm not going to pay you for it, though.
I'm hiding.
I know, dude. I'm just joking with you. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would say. If a villain broke into my house and then they knocked my oddity statue off my fucking shit, like that would raise my power level. You know, it'd be like, dude, like you broke into my house. Yeah. You fucking knocked off my fucking Indiegogo like limited run statuette and like busted it. Like, yeah, you're gonna get like the hammer, you know.
Well, Ink developed a story plot, like a synopsis or whatever, and it's great. And I kind of were pitching back and forth. So an invader in his house isn't part of it. Yeah. But I mean,
we don't have any home invasion.
We don't have any home invasion. It's not taken. I mean, but you know, good idea.
Got a particular set of frogs.
Maybe a supplemental Matt Barr book will do, where there's a home invasion.
You know, like he could, you know, knock a picture off somebody's wall, and then the hero notices, and he's like, "Dude, that's an original Buscema," and like he gets all angry.
You can write the supplemental, and Matt can draw it, and you can. There you go. How about that? You can do your own little home invasion story that you're so infatuated with, and you can do whatever you want there. How about that? That'll work.
I think I just dream too much about breaking into somebody's little shack studio and breaking all their toys.
Okay. All right, that sounds pretty horrible, but all right. Oh man.
Take that, Castle Grayskull.
I don't know if he's talking about somebody in particular or not. What are you working on, Plegel?
Something for fun.
Okay, it's fine. You don't have to tell me.
I met a dude with Matt Barr the other day. That's a promoter. He does little streams. You might go on with him. I think you'd really get along with him. He's old school metal punk rock guy named Anthony Sika.
Why is it Anthony Sika? Okay, I haven't heard of it. It just sounds familiar.
Matt did an interview with him the other day. Really good dude. I was messaging back and forth with him, and I was going to get a book from him, and I liked this Vampirella character he had, and I was just sitting around, just doodling, just for the fuck of it. The other day, just kind of relaxing, and so I just decided to finish this thing real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can always. Who just jumped in? Oh, Billy, you're sharing something. Plegel, you have a question. From
may have an answer depending on the question.
Oh, you got to make me read it. Oh, son, I hate you. Is the date that Dan told me he is launching still accurate? And if so, can I say so on the next thing? On his next,
Yes, Anthony.
Next
Goblin
episode.
Girl
October 26th.
26th.
Tentatively 10 a.m. could be 9 a.m. What I might do is do like a pre-stream thing, going through all the campaign levels and stuff, just to tell people what's there before I actually hit that.
Who are you launching on?
I don't know. I might just be launching on my own page. Did
you ask Luke?
I have not asked Luke. Is Luke going to be up at 6 in the morning?
I mean, I don't. You're going to launch at 6 in the... Dude, I'd wake up at 6 in the morning.
It'll be 6 in the morning his time.
I'll wake up at 6 in the morning to launch you. Jeez, oh man. I'll go back to bed. It'll only be like an hour.
I'll have both of you.
Well, you're going to be on topic list that night anyway. What are we looking at, Billy?
This is what are you talking about? This is Goblin Girl.
Well, I know, but you got to elaborate.
Well,
I don't think Billy even knows.
This is
ooh, look at that.
This is Rathul. These are works.
Right.
This is line art and gray toning done, and this is in the stage where I'm just flatting and start just the beginnings of putting in the color. So like this is all work in progress.
That's nice.
This is what flatting and chatting with Billy Basco.
So this is Rathul straight bringing his sword up right through the center of this other goblin and taking his spine and rib cage out and shit.
What do you think about this, Ink?
I want to know who the hell he thinks he's calling a Rathul. You call me you're a Rathul. Looks great. Looks great, guys.
And then we got this other little goblin coming in here, and then he's about to get his head chopped off.
It's going to be a big one, guys. It's going to be a big one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have 1,000 subs or anything, but I would wake up early to.
I gotta make sure a Billy Basco is fed.
Oh my god!
No,
Billy Basco, he eats you out of house and home. So
get Billy Basco some Cracker Jacks.
I see.
You need to back this.
He's got it right. All I need is some Cracker Jacks and snack packs, and like maybe some fucking
some ramen.
Suns.
Some
I'm
ramen.
Gonna add Billy Basco, Cracker Jack, like tier on the.
You should, thing. Yeah. Give Billy Basco bonus Cracker Jack tier.
There you go. Welcome, Ink, by the way.
What's up, dude?
Hey, Billy's trying to rewrite our whole comic, by the way. He's trying to rewrite
that guy. No, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
No, fuck that guy.
Shut your mouth.
It's now a home invasion. It's now a home invasion story. It's a home
Everybody wants
to.
Everybody wants to rewrite our comic book now.
I know, man. It's ridiculous.
Did you tell anybody about it yet? Or?
I gave the loosest synopsis I possibly could to Chubb. That it's not what everybody's thinking. That it doesn't take place in absolute, but kind of can if it wants to. And like I've been very vague about
very
it.
vague.
I was trying to throw like a B plot in there of like Taken / incel with like collectibles. But
Nah,
Jason wasn't feeling it.
Plegel,
Just because I collect toys.
Oh my god!
Anthony does
You're
is
the
offering
bacon part. You're
his
the
services
amazing part.
to launch you. He has only 900 subs, but he'd be more than happy to launch you at 6 a.m.
I'll definitely be on him.
At
I
6
thought you
a.m.
were gonna launch somewhere
Whenever.
else.
No,
I don't know where we're gonna launch.
we're-
Billy was working on somebody, and we haven't heard back, so I don't know.
Okay, so if that falls through, would you be willing to use Anthony as a launch?
I'm willing to be on with Anthony that day because it's a long day. I'm gonna be starting at 9.
Yeah.
I'm most likely going until
Right.
whatever.
But I'm saying
here's the thing. Rather than trying to get like definitive situations right now, if you have a channel out there for everybody in chat that's listening, if you have a channel and you would like to have myself and Dan on launch day of Goblin Girl, which is Tuesday, October the 26th, you're more than welcome to please reach out to us on Twitter at BoobDownArt or at Ghost Monster. Last E is a 3, and get in contact with us because we want to. Trust me, we want to be on everybody's shows, but we're like trying to shuffle because the definitive spot that we are going to be on for sure that day is we are going to be on Friga Booms that day on Dan
9.
Fraga's.
Now,
I'm also on Red Valkyrie
at 4.
At 4,
Eastern.
which is like what is that? That's
one your time. That's 1 year time.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to figure out who are you first. You're the first channel that you're going to be on.
We don't know yet.
Channel.
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. We don't know yet, and that's
what I'm saying. If that falls through, Anthony just is willing to do it. I don't want to wake up. So if he's willing to do it,
here, this is what I'm telling you right now: is we're not planning for failure, so no one's falling through on our shit.
Yeah.
Fucking 100%.
Yeah.
Fucking go.
Shut your whore mouth, Billy.
That's way more testosterone than I was expecting in this conversation.
Dude, Billy's balls dropped live on stream.
No, I'm not trying to be like mean, Jason, but like I am like so.
No, I know you guys aren't talking. I'm talking about if a channel is like, hey, all of a sudden my wife died, I can't host you.
Unacceptable. Give me your stream key. I have OBS. I will fucking stream out through your channel like in that time slot that we were like set to go through on, man. I am like Ethan Hunt on this shit. Like I am ready to fucking jump off a helicopter and make this shit happen.
If your wife dies, we'll say something nice about her, but we're still streaming. That's how this is going.
All right. Just okay. That's fine.
Damn.
Man. Wow.
Like
harsh. Yeah.
We need to get like that for Frog G, man.
Oh, it's already sold, man. We've already been selling Frog G books.
It's gonna be
I mean, you may want to even think of
Goblin Girl's already sold too.
It's gonna be
the Goblin Girl is gonna be actually a space adventure. They're gonna go to the moon, and there's gonna be subterranean aliens that they're gonna have to battle for dominance. So that's Goblin Girl. Yeah.
Well, one thing I can tell you, Jason, about the launch of the Goblin Girl is
that's how the story goes. That's what you can tell me.
It's actually probably going to last a full almost. I mean, there's going to be a sleep period, obviously, but we're going to be on a lot of shows for actually like the full first 24 hours.
Right. No, I know it's an all-day thing. I know.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing is to get as many backers as much exposure as possible. Yeah.
Our other kind of, I would say, arguably biggest one is Friga Booms is going to be on launch day, and then the next day we'll be doing almost that same time slot on Michael Bancroft's.
Right.
So like that whole first and second day will probably just be filled to the brim as much as we can with everybody.
Well, like after Friga, like I said, you guys don't have to, but you're more than willing to jump into topic lists and just hang out. We're not a promotion stream, so if you get somebody else,
Dan,
cool.
Dan had that exact idea. He was like, he said it'd be nice if like we had a full day of like we were like pumping, and then like just pumping, and then and then we have a cool chill down stream like with maybe some friends that might be streaming that night where we can be on there, but we're not going to be like, hey, let's go over our tiers again, guys.
Right. Yeah, it's promoting all day is very draining. It's very draining. Yeah, even like 2 or 3 streams, and if you guys are gonna hard hit it, you'll be tired.
Dude, one stream that goes on for too long is like sometimes like rough, dude. Like that. that 7-hour stream I did on Michael Bancroft's for like his like 2,000 backer thing or whatever. Like it was like the first stream I was ever on with Shelby Robertson, dude. I was trashed. I mean,
7 hours.
I mean, we were all drinking and I was smoking pot like that whole 7 hours too. But I mean, I was freaking. I'm like, I don't think I've imbibed this much shit like since I was in my 20s. Like, this is fucking.
I'll do that as long as we launch on a Saturday. I'm not doing it when I gotta go to work.
No, it's got to be a Saturday for me as well, man. I can't do it on a weekday. And Phil's asking, can I have you on that day as well? Same day, same time? What same time? Same time as well.
Sometime.
Oh, sometime. Thank you, Bill.
Of course, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see how you guys do because I feel like we're going to be in a similar lane as you guys. So
No fucking pressure, Inks. No fucking pressure. Thanks, guy.
We're letting you go first, and then we're going to follow right behind you.
Wait.
Pass you at the turn.
Well, since Goblin Girl appears in Frog G anyway throughout the second half of the book. It'll definitely be a good thing. Yeah.
We don't call her Goblin Girl though.
No. We call her. We call her
slut. Goblin Girl.
I called her Troll Slut.
Because she's Goblin.
Goblin Girls is what we call her.
Girls.
I'm hoping that we fall into some of our fellow cohorts into good company as far as our success goes. I'm not putting expectations up, but I'm absolutely praying for the best.
I'm putting expectations up.
Me too. It's going to be great.
Meet them. Yeah.
I'm hoping
a
couple people back.
Yeah.
I think you'll get 3.
I hope.
I mean, I'll back it, Ink will back it, and Billy will back it.
Sweet.
Yeah, you already made $90.
Look at that, man. You're ahead of the curve.
Books aren't that expensive.
Oh, jeez. Ask Dan if he found those sketch cards.
I have not found the sketch cards.
Wait, I didn't ask you yet. Did you find those sketch cards?
I did not find the sketch cards. Like, fucking, I misplaced a bunch of shit. And unfortunately, Jason, I swear to God, I will do my best to find it, but I have misplaced also that campaign piece to mail to you.
Yeah, somebody bought that,
look,
man.
Jason,
you kind of need to get that.
My space is really clean now, and I've got a new bookshelf.
It's beautiful, and you also lost a lot of valuable art.
It's misplaced.
What happened? He lost a bunch of art.
Art? The card for my campaign, the original art for it, he was supposed to send to me like 3 months ago.
But he's not launching that, so he doesn't need it for months.
Yeah, he was supposed to send it to me months ago, and he's like, "Oh, it's just ready to go. I just got to get it to the post office." And I reminded him like every week, and there he goes. And yeah, he hasn't sent it yet. So the person who backed it is getting the original art, and now he misplaced it.
Oh,
they'll get it, Jason, even if I have to redraw it.
Yeah,
that's not the original art, my friend.
Oh man.
Ooh. Look at that.
Is that another Nasser one?
Yep. So this is a project I think that's launching sometime this week or 2 days on the 16th. NASA Rabati's Creepsters, which is basically kind of a Critters ripoff. Yeah.
Ripoff. Yeah.
You should dress some balls in his mouth.
Yeah.
Jeez. I'm glad I'm not sharing this to Facebook. It's great.
Launches in 2 days, and everybody that backs this book will get this trading card by me that I did of him and Stu, aka Soy Rage's heads chopped off.
You should have Stu's balls in his mouth.
There you go. Plegel, check
I like
your
the
DMs.
cat though. I like the cat though. I like that both they got beheaded too. So that's great.
Anthony DM'd you.
No, Nasser's paid me twice to draw him.
This piece up.
Like being killed in some way twice now. So I was like,
yeah, I mean, I always heard that assholes have money too. So.
Damn.
Well, if they want to, and if they want
salvage
to be dismembered in some way.
No, I'm salvaging it right now.
I'm
listening to the.
That cat is cool as hell, dude. I like his little claws.
I'm listening to the chatter on your stream.
That's okay.
His little claws. I like them. Oh, and the heart. Is that like a blood heart right there?
Yeah, it's like the.
I have a question. Do you
I
guys
think
want me
we
to
have
end it, or do you guys want to keep going while I go
questionable
cook dinner?
relationship.
Go cook dinner.
No,
Do you
I
want me to-
mean,
Want me to keep going?
Let's get
I-
you some watch hours.
okay.
I mean,
Billy's like,
I
gotta go.
know. Ink just dropped in, but
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
know,
saying. Ink just dropped in. Billy and Ink, they're discussing important matters. Let's do this.
What? No, we're not. I was
I'm
just
fixing this shit.
Launch one on your channel. Plegel.
Yeah. There you go. Everybody,
I don't want to
Yeah.
launch on my channel.
go to Ink's channel. Then Ink will do a live stream.
Only thing on my channel is songs about dicks.
They're all. Dude, that last one wasn't. That last one wasn't, man. That last one was really good.
Okay. I'm embarrassed by my songs, but I'm gonna keep posting them.
I'm enjoying them, my
You
friend.
should don't stop posting them. Absolutely do not.
Yeah. Why don't? Yeah, Ink, you launch one or Plegel. I got 4 people watching. It's not like we're losing out on a lot of watch
I'm
hours for
losing
me.
out, Jason. I'm losing out.
On watch hours for me?
Yes.
If you launch one on your chan, Daniel, I'll still come back, but like I'm actually gonna work while we're streaming.
On my 4chan? Is that what
See,
you're saying?
I feel bad being on someone else's channel besides yours, like, and not looking at the camera and like working. Like,
Well, I'm not looking at the camera.
That's what I'm saying.
This isn't rocket science, people.
All right.
It's just streaming. I ignore the chat half the
All right.
time now
Hey,
anyway.
We get it. You want to kick us all out of here. We get
I
it,
want to.
yeah.
I gotta go cook some meatball subs, man.
Go cook
right.
people subs then.
Go put
Everybody-
some balls in your mouth.
I want to put
Everybody-
balls in my mouth.
Yeah. Everybody go back Absolute Book 2, sign up for Goblin Girl, and go follow Inkspot's My Evil Robot on the Twitter because he's got his rock and roll heavy metal fucking shit coming out, and Outliers, and I always forget its name.
I'm gonna
And
quote you on
Outliers
that.
and
Metal Mayhem Rock Boy.
yeah, Metal Mayhem Rock Boy, and
Yeah.
Outliers coming out, and
Frog G.
G.
Not
So-
working on Outliers anymore.
Oh,
You done?
okay.
But someone else you guys know is going to be working on it.
All right.
Someone else famous. So
Ooh.
that's cool.
Right on.